Welcome, everybody, to New Gameplay Today Live. We're playing Red Dead Redemption 2. I'm Kyle Hilliard. I got Matt Burtz here.
Hello.
You reviewed this game, so
I did.
you have all the knowledge. And then Reiner is here as well. And
no introduction, you're just here.
I was waiting.
Your baggage.
I was waiting for you to say, yes, I'm here. Acknowledge that you're present.
I am here.
And you have also played a
I've
lot.
been playing the game,
See,
yeah.
I
got
had something in my pocket.
some hours now.
And I've played like 30 minutes, so like I have all the answers. Just don't even listen to these guys.
So what are we doing?
We're playing, the first 2 hours of the game is the plan?
Till 1 p.m.
Till 1 p.m.
Wherever that takes us?
Yes. Also, I forgot to mention, you threw me off, Reiner. Leo Vader is here in the booth.
I am?
Yeah.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for being here. Sorry for the delay on the introduction.
Hey, take your time.
So this is the true opening of the game. Like we hit new game, and we're going from there. And we'll take your questions because we have experts here. And yeah, we're gonna get into some mischief, I think.
We'll try not to talk over the story spoilers.
Though I'll make sure.
Or just story sequences in general, but there is a lot of chatter, so if we have questions to answer, we're gonna have to talk over it.
Yeah, and we'll make sure subtitles are on and whatnot. Burtz, what did you give this game for your review score?
I gave it 10
What?
out of 10.
Out of 10?
Mm-hmm.
We're
All the numbers.
We're all in the 10 club now. I think you guys probably already were.
This is my third 10. My other
okay.
two are GTA 4 and Call of Duty Modern Warfare 4.
Solid.
Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare.
Those are some solid 10s. Could you list all your 10s right now, Reiner?
He's
I
got
think I
like
have 14.
14.
But I mean, I'm old school, though,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah,
you've
you've
been
been here
doing
for a
this since Genesis.
A lot of Zeldas in there. right?
Yeah.
BioShock, Uncharted 2,
solid 10s, I think.
Grand Theft Autos.
Yeah. Those are good games, turns out.
Yeah.
Abigail says he's dying, Dutch. We'll have to stop someplace.
Okay, Arthur's out looking. I sent him up ahead.
If we don't stop soon, we'll all be dying. This weather, it's May. I'm just hoping the law got as lost as we did.
There. Arthur!
Obi-Wan.
Any
Oh.
luck?
There's the protagonist
I
introduction.
found a place where we can get some shelter. Let Davy rest while he, you know.
This is on
Old
Xbox One
mine
X.
in town.
Oh, yes.
Man, it ain't far. Come on. Come on! Yeah!
I don't know why. I really didn't expect this game to start out in like a blizzard. I guess, the last one started out on like a sunny day. GTA usually... I guess the last... GTA 5 actually started in snow as well.
Yes.
So maybe that was them setting the stage. From now on, all our games will start in snow.
Well, I think you just get the thoughts of spaghetti westerns and
Yeah.
out on the prairie, all that stuff.
And
the
like,
ranch.
one of the most recent big westerns was The Hateful Eight. Which,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, even Django Unchained has a lot of snow stuff. I liked it, though. It really kind of
Come in here.
sort of threw the my expectations out the window right away.
There's Bill Williamson.
Old Bill.
Abigail and Jack.
Miss Gaskell, get that fire lit quick.
Oh, that's
Miss
young
Jones,
Jack.
bring in whatever blankets we have. Mr. Pearson, see what we've got in terms of food.
Davy's dead.
There was nothing more you could have done.
What are we gonna do? We need supplies.
Well, first of all, you're going to stay here, and you were going to get yourself warm. Now, I sent John and Micah scouting out ahead. Arthur and I, we're going to ride out, see if we can find one of them. And this, just for a short bit. And I don't see what other choice we have. Listen. Listen to me, all of you, for a moment. Now, we've had, well, a bad couple of days. I loved Davy, Jenny, Sean, Mac. They may be okay. We don't know. But we lost some folks. Now, if I could throw myself in the ground in their stead, I'd do it gladly. But we are gonna ride out, and we are gonna find some food. Everybody, we're safe now. There ain't nobody following us through a storm like this one. And by the time they get here, well, we're gonna be long gone. We've been through worse than this before. Mr. Pearson, Miss Grimshaw, I need you to turn this place into a camp. We may be here for a few days. Now, all of you, get yourselves warm. Stay strong. Stay with me. We ain't done yet. Come on, Arthur.
All right. We've got some work to do.
We ain't run into them yet, so they both must have headed down the hill.
Sure. Hey, I ain't had time to ask. What really went down back there on that boat?
We missed you. That's what happened. Come on. Oh.
Hey, you need horses?
Oh, yeah. Hey, Mr. Smith, get yourself indoors. You need to rest that hand.
I'll live.
Get indoors, son. Bye.
Now we're on the gameplay.
Need you strong.
I love the snow effects.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, just look at it for just a second here. It's nuts.
All right.
It is crazy.
Another sort of expectation just right out the window out of the gate for me was just like how family oriented like Dutch is. Like he's like a sweetheart.
He's a good leader.
Yeah.
Kyle.
Sorry.
And that's the end of our stream.
There we go. All right. Can I activate cinematic camera yet? Okay, no. It's in this early part of the game. Like and you guys can confirm for me. It keeps it very limited to what you can do. Like
Yeah,
it really doles out like sort of the mechanics and stuff at a good pace.
Yeah, it's an onboarding, you know. Like,
Yeah.
That's one of the interesting things about game design these days is for a game this big that many people are going to play, you want to really make sure people have their feet under them.
Yeah.
So it's kind of annoying as like a regular gamer to just be like, I know all of the systems, I want to just go.
Yeah.
And you usually expect like a big, huge introduction to the game, right? Like fireworks, guns blazing, but this game is the exact opposite, right? It's like these guys are up against the wall, they're barely hanging on, and it starts with this really slow horse ride. But I think it does such a great job of building up your gang, the dynamic they have, the kind of family vibe. I think it's an awesome intro.
So I can pull the left trigger to focus on Dutch, which is like a nice sort of perspective. You just hold down A to keep your horse in pace with Dutch.
You're the only one I can rely on to stay.
Yeah, it is very much on rails, though, the beginning.
Yep.
Like, they don't let you just veer off into the open world yet.
Some choice and what I can say.
So, do you think it was a trap in Blackwater?
That many men? Oh, they knew we were coming. There was money on that boat, all right. Lots of it. I stashed what we took with all our money in town right before we fled. Hey, I think I see something up the path. Oh?
And the John he mentioned earlier was John
Mr.
Marston.
Marston.
Yeah,
John Wilkes Booth.
Oh, is that right?
Who's there?
Assassin's Creed 3 situation here.
Yeah.
Micah. Gentlemen, found anything?
I think so. Found a little homestead down that way.
Okay. Anyone home?
Sure. Place is blazing with light and noise. Sounded like a party.
Let's go see.
Follow me. How's Davy doing?
He didn't make it. Nor did little Jenny.
That's too bad. Davy was a real fighter. Both of them calendar boys.
But if you have any
is.
questions for Bertz about the game at large, we will answer them in a spoiler-free way.
I have a question. What kind of facial hair were you rocking, Birds?
You know what? I had about 4 or 5 styles throughout. You know, I spent 80 hours in this game. At one point, I was kind of rocking the Lemmy look. Another point, I went full grizzled beard. A lot of times, I was just stubble face.
We should point out, over passage of time in the game, your facial hair and hair grows.
Yep.
So you do need to keep an eye on it, unless you want to have the big Grizzly Adams-like beard
Yeah,
after a
and
while.
there's certain looks that you actually need to grow your hair out for. There's a hair tonic that you can take that'll make it grow faster.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Are there any like anachronistic like hairstyles?
Yeah, I mean, you can go a full Hamish on it. you
Yeah,
know?
right.
You can, there's handlebar mustaches you could rock.
Full Hogan, stuff like that?
Yeah, there's good looks.
And a lot of cosmetics for clothing, too. Individual pieces, you know,
Yeah.
like jacket, pants, all that stuff.
Vests,
Hat.
spurs on your boots, different kinds of boots, different hats. Yeah, ton of clothing options.
I think in Red Dead 1 you were just collecting outfits.
Yep.
Right, you weren't but in this one you're collecting pieces of outfits?
Yeah, well, there are outfits you can buy as well that are just predetermined ensembles.
Okay.
And there are also ones that you can't unlock until you trap certain animals and stuff like that.
We got too many mouths to feed.
Well, we got a few less now, so you should be happy.
Is there a photo mode?
Yes, there is you can take photos. There's not the director mode, the Rockstar director, though, at this point.
I think you can load it to the social, though, Rockstar
Yep.
Social Club.
Okay. And the director, that was like where you could like change camera angles on like
Yeah,
gameplay
edit your
clips
own
and stuff.
films
Yeah,
and stuff like
okay.
that.
I bet
My
that's in the
guess is that'll
future.
come down the pike, but it's not there at launch.
Isaiah McKinney asks, how do you feel about the stat management throughout the game for your character and horse's conditions?
You know, you do have to take care of yourself and the horse a little bit. I didn't feel like it was intrusive. It felt more just kind of a thing you have to be mindful of and take care of every once in a while. Sort of like if you played the Metro games, you know, the way you have to take care of your gear in that game. It's not over the top. It never felt like it was weighing the game down for me. It makes you feel like you're grounded in this world a little bit more.
Like you have to like clean your guns, right?
Yep, your guns get dirty over time. I mean, it's a while. You don't
Yeah.
have to do it all the time.
Okay. And I know you have like a horse guide going up on the site soon. Like what kind of stuff do you have to do with your horse? You have to like brush it or like
Yeah, you have to take care of your horse. The horse guide I'm writing is more about like where to find the coolest horses, what are the best horses,
Gotcha.
how you tame them, all that kind of stuff.
Increase your bonding.
Yeah, I mean that just happens over time.
Oh
No! What are you doing?
I want to see what happened.
Oh, Kyle, dead on rails.
So
Yes.
that's why he wasn't in Red Dead Redemption 1. Okay.
Weather does affect you like Breath of the Wild.
Yes.
But they're very smart in how they handle this, especially with your horse.
Yeah, so your horse, you can store outfits on it so you're prepared for all the weather conditions, and I highly recommend you take care of this when you first get to camp. Make sure you have warm clothes and summer clothes on your horse because you never know where your adventure is going to take you, and you don't want to be suffering from the elements when you're out and about.
What do summer clothes look? Can you wear shorts? You ever got some cutoffs?
I didn't see any shorts, but it's more just like a thin layer of shirt.
Gotcha. Okay.
Someone said 3D Blast said 6 done.
That's we've got that on our minds. Don't worry.
Oh, here's the big question from Jake Robinson. Do you think it's coming to PC, and if so, when?
I don't know why they wouldn't, honestly. I mean, GTA 5 did so well.
Yeah, it's just you look back at Red Dead 1,
Yeah, they never
and it never
they
made it.
reported it. I don't know why, but
So right after Red Dead 1 comes to PC, they'll get Red Dead 2 there, right? What do you think's first? Red Dead 1 on Switch or Red Dead 1 on PC?
oh wow, I'd say neither of the above.
Yeah, I'd probably PC first, I think. I don't feel like although they put 5 on PC pretty late in the game, but I feel like they just want to focus on 2 at this point. You know what I mean? I don't think
Yeah.
we're going to see any surprise Red Dead 1 ports anytime soon.
I would love to see them both come out in one package.
That would be
Yeah,
great.
that would be great because the stories really do meld together perfectly.
Yeah, and this is a prequel,
Oh, yeah, it's pretty cool.
even though it's 2.
Yeah, that's one thing that still doesn't make sense after playing this game, that it's called Red Dead Redemption 2.
Well,
Call it 0. I don't know.
yeah, I mean that's where the money is.
Or they could have just gave it a different subheader,
Yeah.
like instead of Redemption.
Everyone would have just called it 2 though, right? I mean, They call it Red Dead Redemption. Arthur Morgan's story.
If they call it like
It could have been Red Dead Renegades or something
right,
like that.
I
I
guess
just feel
that's
like
true.
if they did that, that would kind of be making Revolver more canon in a way.
Oh yeah,
Maybe that's
is it
what they're trying to
canon?
avoid.
It is canon.
It is. Okay. You
Right,
played
but
a-
people might see it as like a trilogy,
Yeah.
and maybe they're trying to get away from that.
Ben W. has a
Oh, I gotta stay
specific
on the
question
horse,
for you,
okay.
Berts. How do
Yeah.
you feel about Arthur's VO? He says it's kind of too much at this point.
He definitely has a. I'd say Arthur in general takes a while to warm up to. The first part of the game, I was really more intrigued with Dutch. Dutch is the star of the game, also. I feel like because you're watching this descent from like a guy who is yes, he's an outlaw, but he has principles. We just saw in that scene he's taking care of his people. He's trying to shepherd his flock, so to speak. And you see him descend into just becoming a psychopath like we saw in Red Dead Redemption. So that's a really interesting character arc, and Arthur really takes hold of his arc much later in the game.
Yeah, just to answer again, Gambit 21, we already talked about cutting your hair and beard, but you could shave your beard at your camp, at your tent. You have a little shaving kit there. You can groom in cities at barber shops, but you can also give your horses different hair. You can give them like a mohawk
Yep,
and
at the
different
stable.
styles
Yep.
at the stables.
Yep.
That's cool.
That you can even give your horse dreadlocks.
Finally.
And you can name them. So I had Applejack,
Yeah.
R.I.P. Applejack died last night.
Oh.
My daughter named all my horses, so they're all named after Netflix shows, basically.
Oh, let's focus on this here. This is a big moment.
You take that old shed on the left and stay low.
I'm on shed duty.
The big moment I'm referencing is learning how to take cover.
Get in position.
And learning how to move the right thumbstick.
That's right. I can do it. Oh, I can peek, right? Ooh.
Hello?
Peekaboo. Peekaboo.
Excuse me. Hello? Oh, well, hello, friend.
What you want?
I am very sorry to disturb you. My friends and I, well, we got into some trouble up the way, lost in the storm. Gentlemen,
We can't help you, mister.
I got folks
Arthur.
dying on the trail.
Arthur, we got a problem.
Folks.
There's a corpse right here.
Now, I just
Arthur,
need some
there's a
cans
body
of food
in the
or
wagon.
something.
I hear you. Just
Gentlemen,
your eyes on Dutch. I think you should go now,
What do you guys
buddy.
think? Should I go for it?
I'll try to get both of them in one shot.
Yeah!
Six times.
Oh, that soundtrack is great.
Oh, the
Yeah,
soundtrack.
the
is amazing.
soundtrack is absolutely phenomenal in this game. It changes based on where you are in the world. There's a lot of old traditional folk songs that field recordings Alan Lomax took that you'll hear the gang members sing around the campfires. And Daniel Lanois, who is a pretty famous producer, he worked on a lot of Bob Dylan records. He wrote a bunch of original tracks for this as well.
Oh, where's the guy? There's one of them's running for it. Where'd he go? Oh, let's get him. Doing some snow sprinting. I can
Aim.
probably hit him.
Nice.
So,
Take that.
I mean, Kyle, you're looking like an amazing gamer right now.
I'm so good.
I don't want to take away from that, but
I've
you are.
only died once so far in the
So-
tutorial.
There is a snap targeting system
it's very
that when
friendly.
you when you go down the crosshairs, it automatically hones in on the enemy. That's the default, and then you can kind of move your targeting reticle up to hit them in the head. So you are a sharpshooter. Like just at the default, it's very easy to use. You can turn that off if you want, if you just want to have free aim.
It feels really good, though. I do like it. It's very snappy.
And I like that the hip fire with the revolver is like a fan the hammer type move. It looks really cool.
Isaiah McKinney, again, has a great question. Bertz, you can answer this.
Yeah.
Are there a lot of morality choices throughout the game?
There are a few. There is the honor system, if you remember from the first game, where you can decide if you're more dastardly or if you're more honorable. And those do have effects on how people react to you in the world. You get discounts at shops if you're more honorable. If you're more dastardly, people are going to react to you in ways that you think would be appropriate. But choices in terms of the narrative, there are 4 endings in this game.
And there are moments, I'll build on that, where you're talking to someone in camp, a mission giver, and you have a choice, like, do you want to help this person or not?
Mm-hmm.
And I always said yes. And I wondered if, and it took me off on another mission, but I wondered if I said no, if you just wouldn't do that moment then.
Yeah. So there are choices that you're going to make, and decisions toward the end of the game will affect, which of those 4 endings you're going to get.
But is there like a menu where you can look at like, oh, I'm leaning outlaw, or
Yep.
there's okay, cool.
There's actually a pretty comprehensive menu about not only Arthur but your horse as well.
Some point.
Where did your honor bar end up, Bert, at the end of your playthrough?
I was a good guy, as good as an outlaw can be.
No matter what, though, Arthur's just kind of a jerk.
Yeah, he is.
He's part of this gang. They do bad things. Like, you cannot stop that,
Yeah,
right?
and his story is really about reconciling that. As he sees the gang kind of spiral out of control, he's really wrestling with his own morality and his past. That's really kind of what his character arc is about.
Micah, Arthur, keep looking for stuff.
And here's a
Go see if there's anything
question
in
we
that
can't
bar.
answer yet. We don't know. We're not NDA'd or anything like that. But
Sure.
Nanda K. Sammy says, how do you think multiplayer will work?
I mean, I'm guessing it's going to be like take Red Dead Online, take GTA Online, mix some of those elements together. I also expect them to bring some innovation to that space, but we haven't seen it yet. So
You think, just based on how the single player is set up, that there would be some kind of gang system, right?
Yeah.
Where you have
if you look
a
at the
base camp.
achievements, there is some of that in there.
But I wonder how big that can be.
Oh.
Like, is it 10 people? Or, what is that size going to be?
But yeah, I mean, presumably you'd be able to explore the open world with friends,
I hope
at
it's
a
as
base level.
grounded and realistic, like you're camping and eating
I do
with
too.
your friends.
Yep,
That
I do
could be
too.
really cool.
And
I
we
mean-
will stream the beta when it comes out. Another thing to point out, we're playing this for 2 hours today, but starting next week, every day next week from Monday to Friday, we are going to be continuing this playthrough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how long we're going to go into the future, but for at least another 5 days, we'll have hour-long videos for you to see where this goes, if you're still on the fence or want to see more.
Now, this might sound kind of weird talking about Red Dead Online, but I think it would be really smart if they went in sort of a Stardew Valley direction with some of the stuff you can do. Where like
I'm
some
listening.
people just want to be trappers, or some people just want to be farmers.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
This
Yeah.
world will support that.
Or Star Wars Galaxy, right? Like,
Yeah,
yeah, very defined roles. I would love that.
Just like take on an occupation,
exactly.
run a Woolworths.
Jake Robinson asked, do you expect any weird DLC like Undead Nightmare?
I don't
Man, I
know.
would love that. It would be so great.
I'm gonna, you know what? Oh, oops.
Wow,
I spared him in my playthrough, but
you're
you know
just.
what?
Are we going full
Get
evil?
your hat.
Oh, I love that. This is very. I think so.
Well,
Yeah.
we
Why
should
not go
we should
full
ask
evil?
the chat, like,
Yeah,
good or
that's
evil.
true.
I'm guessing it's going to be evil.
All right, so I picked up my gun, and then I have to pick up my hat.
Yeah, there's a very Indiana Jones-esque thing. Like where
Yeah.
you always want to pick up your hat as you're leaving. It falls off when people shoot it off or when they punch it off. The bullet hole will stay in
Oh, I
your
gotta
hat too, so you're gonna want to go buy a new hat if you don't like seeing that bullet hole.
Now mine's gonna be shot.
One
to
thing I got in
death.
a routine of is enemies I would kill, I would take their hat. So I constantly had a different hat on.
Can
And
you
some of them were super goofy.
Can you just have like a raggedy ass hat by the
Oh,
end
yeah.
of the game?
Oh,
Just,
there
like,
are
full of-
really raggedy hats.
Yeah, like I don't even know how like the brim is still staying on
Yeah.
some of them.
That's
Or you
great.
can wear like fancy pants top hats, like you're going to tea with the mayor.
Well, I'm just getting some tea with the mayor. That's my Arthur Morgan, by the way.
Isaiah's asking again, does Arthur's character arc seem fleshed out as John's did from Red Dead Redemption 1?
Yeah, I think so. It takes a while to get there, but it definitely ends up in a place where I really ended up liking Arthur.
I'm kind of surprised to hear the chat sort of be down on his voice. I really love his voice, like right out of
Me
the
too.
gate.
His the length of his drawl sometimes feels a little overacted, but overall I like the kind of gruff, gritty voice they gave him.
He reminds me of Kratos from God of War. Every once in a while, when you get on your horse, he'll go, boy. And that's all he says. It's like, whoa.
Oh, where's the action here? Oh, investigate.
house.
Okay.
I guess you can't do it yet. We'll learn about the map.
Leave her alone! I wasn't doing nothing. She's one of them O'Driscolls.
No, she ain't, Micah. Look at her.
I really like how Dutch approaches this whole situation.
Oh, you fool! Micah, look at
So if you can't tell, Micah's kind of one of the more unhinged gang members.
We mean you no harm.
I mean, look at that hair. Come on.
Come on. It'll be okay. We need to get out of here, and quick. Come on now.
Micah.
Oh.
Freaking Micah.
There he is.
Okay, miss?
They came 3 days ago. And my husband, they...
Miss, you are safe now. And you can't stay here. You come with us. Arthur.
Miss, it's okay. We're bad men. We ain't them.
I like that
It's
line
okay.
a lot.
Get on. We'll keep you safe until you figure out what you want to do.
What's your name, miss? Miss
Adler.
Adler.
Sadie Adler.
Yep,
Mrs.
she's the lady we saw in the early trailers. She's got a really interesting character arc as well.
He was my husband.
The music.
Sorry for burning down your house, Sadie.
Hey! Somebody's coming! Looks like it's Dutch.
Even in this early part of the
everybody,
game,
Dutch is back.
I already get a sense of family,
get
like
on?
from everybody here,
Micah
you know.
found a homestead, but he weren't the first. Colm O'Driscoll and his scum, they beat us to it. We found some of them there, but there is more about, apparently. Scouting the train. Thank you.
That's the last thing we need right now, Dutch.
Well, it is what it is. But we found some supplies, some blankets, a little bit of food, and this poor soul, Mrs. Adler, Miss Tilly, Miss Karen, would you warm her up? Give her a drink or something? And Mrs. Adler, it's gonna be okay. You're safe now. They turned her into a widow. Animals. I need some rest. I haven't slept in 3 days.
You're over here. Miss O'Shea will show you the way. Mr. Morgan, we put you in a room over here.
Thank you, Miss Grimshaw.
Mr. Bell, you're with the fellas over there.
What? How come Arthur gets a room and I get a bunk bed next to Bill Williamson and a bunch of darkies?
Get yourself to bed.
Good indication of the hierarchy there pretty quickly.
Yep. One of the brilliant things about the camp is it never feels like it's set in stone, you know, where a person's at one location at any given time. They're always moving around, doing things. You'll come in, sometimes they'll be in the middle of a meeting or a celebration, and you just kind of pick up
Or
on it.
bickering, yeah.
Yeah,
You'll
it's
see
like,
'em do
it's
all
really
sorts of
cool.
things.
Feels alive.
He ain't been seen in days. Weather ain't let up.
He's strong, and he's smart.
Strong, at least. Hello, Arthur.
Abigail?
Arthur, how you doing?
Just fine, Abigail. And you?
I need you to... I'm sorry to ask, but
It's little John. He's got himself caught into a scrape again.
he ain't been seen in
Little John's in this game?
2 days.
Your
Yeah,
John
yeah.
will be fine. I mean,
That's Lil John.
he
Wait,
may
it's a
be as
different
dumb
John.
as rocks and as dull as rusted iron, but that ain't changing because he got caught in some snowstorm.
Please go take a look. Javier?
Yes.
Javier, will you ride out with Arthur to take a look for John? You're the two best fit men we've got.
Now?
We're pretty worried about him.
I know the situation were reversed. He looked for me.
I love that line.
Yep.
If you don't remember, Javier Escuela
Thank
is
you.
one of the guys you hunt down in the first game.
Oh yeah? I
Yeah.
don't remember that.
This way.
So I love that. I know if the roles were reversed, he would come look for me.
Yeah, so good.
I wonder if Arthur would be so insulting to John if he knew he was going to be the protagonist of his own game.
Such a beloved character.
Yeah.
I love the way that John's treated. So right away we see like everybody thinks he's kind of dull and stupid.
Yeah, yeah. It does a good job early on saying like, all right, here's what you think you know about westerns and like, you know, about the first game. It's different. Dutch is the good guy. It's snowing.
Someone's asking if you remember, Bert's, about the standoff in the game, like a standoff where you got to pull up the pistol.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the duels.
Yeah, they don't know how to perform it. Like hitting R2 to pull out the gun.
Yeah, so the longer you keep R2 kind of pressed a little bit, you're building up what your Deadeye meter is going to be in the shootout. So that's the length of time you have to line up your shot and kill them. But you have to draw before they draw, otherwise they're going to kill you. So you can snap it right away, you just won't have a long time to line up the shot. And the gunslingers that you come into contact with in this game, like some of them are really fast at the draw.
And we'll eventually get to one, but that's as best we can do to help you. Sorry you're having problems with that.
Is it okay to ride horses through freezing water? Like in,
I felt bad.
I know.
Yeah, I did
playing
too.
the opening.
I mean, maybe they like it. I don't know. I don't know anything about horses. This feels so nice on my feet.
Yeah, maybe their feet get really hot. Who knows?
Are there musical moments that beat the ride in Mexico from the original Red Dead?
There are a lot that, like the beauty of that moment was just how unprecedented it was. There are moments where you do that again in this game, and there's different songs for different moments. So if you like that mechanic, it's coming back.
And they'll even take control out of your hands
Yep.
and just show you like the wilderness and stuff as music plays. It's beautiful. They do a great job of framing moments all throughout the game. What are our favorite Western movies?
Oh man, I love so many of them. If we have a giant list on the website, and we picked one, like some of my favorites, like Tombstone, aren't on that, but we were picking ones we thought were like kind of mood appropriate.
Yeah,
With
Young
Red
Guns
Dead.
2 didn't make it
Yeah,
either.
Young Guns 2 would not be on any list.
I
And
know
A
you
Million
love that
Ways to
one.
Die in the West? Like what?
I opened that story and did Control F Wild Bunch, and I was like, all right, good.
Yeah.
You guys did it. I love the Wild Bunch.
The
mean,
Dollars trilogy.
Yeah,
is
the Clint
amazing.
Eastwood stuff. That's for me.
The
Searchers.
Proposition was one of the more recent ones that Nick Cave, the musician, wrote. That's absolutely phenomenal.
Actually, was the Searcher? I don't think the Searchers was on the list. Was
No,
it?
it was originally, but we
I get
replaced it with
though.
another Ford movie.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you gotta have some Ford.
Stagecoach was on there, I think.
On there. Yeah. Stagecoach. I get the Searchers not being on there because I don't know if it really applies to like the Red Dead sort of.
Mhm.
Can you do
story.
cinematic camera?
Not yet. You can. Oh no, I can.
There
Okay,
it
good.
is.
Yeah, I love this. I was
We must
using
have missed
this
the
a lot.
prompt as we were talking.
Yeah, I really was like, I kept this on for these sequences. Like, did you find yourself using it a lot, Birds?
Yeah,
or-
there are moments where you're just going to be in nature riding for a while, and whenever that kind of pops up, I would turn this on.
Yeah, I really like because I mean you're on autopilot a little bit, so it's nice
I-
to just get alternate views and
Yep.
it's really
I
cool.
didn't use it because I would be looking for research opportunities with animals.
Yeah, you can
Constantly
study
had my
every
eye out.
animal in
Yeah,
this
so if you
game.
see an animal, you hold down RT, it brings up your options how you can interact with that animal. And then you can hit RB to study it, and it's like a meter that fills. And it'll give you info on that animal. I know that sounds silly, like learning about a duck, but it'll tell you like how it can be used in crafting and ingredients and stuff like that. So it actually has a use.
And you don't need to get close to. You can pull out your binoculars and do it from afar, which is nice. And that's the best way to get the info on all the birds that you'll see up in the air.
I wonder what's the conceit for that like in game is Arthur just like looking at it and be like, that duck looks like it's this kind of duck, and I bet I could use its meat for this. And
He doesn't say too much about it, but there is the challenges are back from Red Dead Redemption, and there's a lot more of them. And one of them is kind of based around survivalism. One of them is based around gathering plants, hunting. So
Cool.
There are reasons to do that stuff.
We kind of talked over this if you weren't reading the subtitles. We're looking for John. He's been missing for 2 days.
Little John specifically.
That's right. And we're tracking his path here, or what we believe is his path.
I grabbed that shotgun from your horse. Who knows what's up ahead?
So I got my firearm is on my horse as opposed to with me. So I have
Yeah,
to
you're
go
learning
grab
about
it.
your satchel.
Yeah.
We are playing with the auto aim, the snap 2, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, I like it.
I think it's
Oh,
great.
So you didn't grab it. Go back.
Oh, I didn't know it's in my hand.
No,
You
that's
need your
a
rifle.
shotgun. You need your rifle.
Oh, I took my shotgun when I played.
Yeah, that's what I did too.
I think the
I don't
shot.
think you
I-
get your
Oh,
rifle
you
yet.
can't get your rifle.
The
rifle's
rifle's
to
later.
the left.
The
yeah.
next mission. Yeah.
You okay back there?
Yeah, one thing you want to get into a habit of, we put this in the tips guide, is when you ride out of camp, usually you're just you just have your revolvers on your person.
Mm-hmm.
You want to open that weapon wheel as you're riding out and equip whatever secondary weapons you want to carry, because when you get into a gunfight sometimes just randomly, you won't have those on your person if you jump off your horse. So you really want to make sure you're fully equipped as you're riding out.
So can you go through your bag while you're riding and
Yep.
grab? Okay.
Yep.
that's
You
good to
can
know.
designate which 2 weapons you want. I usually had like a ranged rifle and a shotgun. That was kind of the mix I liked.
And as Bert's just highlighted, we have an awesome tip guide on our site, GameInformer.com. We put a lot of thought into that. It's completely spoiler-free. But if you're just starting out, these are things you're going to want to know. Like, that will help you in terms of quick keys, like shortcuts, how to get to your map, stuff like that. And then other things just like how to help you progress at a faster or more efficient pace. So we highly recommend taking a look at it. And again, it's 100% spoiler free. We're not giving away anything outside of just basic mechanics, right?
Crouch button, very happy about that.
Glad it was on the left stick instead of the right stick. I don't know why people switch that up sometimes.
You hear him?
And I double checked IMDb. This is the guy that played Marston in the
This
in the
is the
first game,
original
right?
actor.
Okay, that's awesome. Because I don't know if he continued acting. Really, I think he had like one small film credit after Red Dead. So I was really happy to hear that he did come back to do
Yeah.
this.
I kind of like what Rockstar's done with the acting. They used to always hire, the Ray Liotta's and stuff, which was fun, but I really like that they use unknowns for a lot of these because it really helps. You're not just listening to like, oh, it's Robert De Niro playing this guy.
I loved Sam Jackson in San Andreas, so
Yeah, he
like
was great.
that's seriously like one of my favorite roles of that actor's of all time. Like Pulp Fiction, and then like what he did in that, I thought he was fantastic. But yeah, I like having the unique voices. So
Yeah, because then you don't apply any sort of history to them. I like the unknowns for sure.
And the voice acting in this game is really well done.
Yeah.
yeah, how many actors did they say they had? Over 700?
It's ridiculous.
Something crazy. Yeah.
It's too many. It's me, John Marston.
Go the other way, Kyle. Just faceplant down the mountain again.
You're gonna get a.
It really like I that would be fun, but like it doesn't even really let me like jump or do it. Like it during this opening sequence, it really takes a lot out of your hands just to keep you focused on like learn the basics, There he is. You remember him?
Scratch you got there.
The origin story of the scars.
Good to see you, Arthur Morgan.
You don't look so good.
I don't feel too good neither. I'm freezing.
Don't die just yet, cowboy.
The writing's great too.
You got a full game that you gotta star in.
It's gonna be critically acclaimed.
Let's try this way.
Matt Burt's from Game Informer might call it one of his favorite games of all time.
Argue with you there.
I won't exist if you don't make it.
Dutch, you weren't the right man for this.
Sure you did.
You alright?
I think so.
Come on. Hopefully this will lead us out.
What was he doing up there, I wonder?
Look up there.
I want to study those.
I was hoping there'd be a subtitle for what the wolf said there.
I'll distract him while you get to the horse.
Hey!
Translates in
We come in
parentheses.
peace.
All right, John.
We can't hide our teeth, so it's going to look like we're coming down aggressive, but we're not.
Big hug coming up.
I could call them. Can you? Is that a common prompt, or is that just for this little sequence?
No, you can do it with animals in the wild too.
It gets them to expose their head so you can get a clean kill
All right.
with the bow.
Speaking of clean kills,
You spoke too soon. Look at the blood, though. incredible details.
Hey, don't rip my shirt.
I love that
Or
sound
my
effect.
limbs.
The shirt's more important. I'm bringing this home. So there's some of that. You can do some.
Is that a six
people
star?
have
Oh, it will
drawn
be.
complete phallic pictures in the snow.
Yeah,
we would
I-
never do that.
Amazing detail. It took basically 2 hours
Yeah,
for people to
until
do that.
showed up on Reddit.
I'm coming. I got my own way.
I'm so glad there's a dive.
Yeah, it's very stupid, but I was very excited when I found it. It's like, oh, thank God.
Come on then. Let's get back to the others.
Cinematic camera activated.
I don't feel too good.
You'll be fine. It's just like a dog bite.
On your face.
Got bit by a dog. Died. An hour later.
You ain't gonna die. Not yet.
Music.
So good.
Oh yeah. This track here kind of has a bully. Reminds me of bully a little bit.
Shoot them damn wolves.
So this is where snap to targeting really
Well,
comes.
I actually ran
into play.
over one of these wolves earlier. It was pretty
Yeah.
crazy. Like, just got trampled underneath the. Stop barking at us.
Keep it down.
So a couple warning shots. There we go.
You see any more, Arthur?
Don't think so. Jesus. You still with us, Marston? Just about.
You're gonna be okay. We have some
It's
shelter now.
Kyle Hilliard on the
Thanks
sticks.
for coming for
So
me.
you know it's gonna be
That bullet in
tolerable.
Blackwater, now this.
We already had one unexpected death at the
almost
most
literally
surprising time.
pretty much the first moment you could die by mistake. I died.
Try to lose a scent. Don't want to leave a trail
Oh,
right
sorry,
back to
horse.
You know, we're gonna need to come up with a better
That's very true,
story
Kyle.
for that star. So,
And at noon, Ben Reeves will be taking my spot.
damn near getting eaten to death.
So we'll get
ain't
some
good
street
enough.
comedy from Ben Reeves.
He's been preparing.
the left.
I don't know if that's true. We'll put him on the spot.
Let's push
Only one way to
on
find
and
out.
get back.
See those buildings up ahead, John? That's where we camped. Nearly there.
Just noticed the horses gallop different in the snow than.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Come on! Someone help John down off this horse.
Can we get some help here? Can we get some help? We need some help here.
No one
Come on,
wants to
help
help
him down.
John.
At this point in the game, I started realizing like Rockstar could just make a guided game, not open world, and I would still just be
Come on,
just
let's
as
get you
engaged,
warm.
right? Like
Thank you both.
their storytelling and their pacing and all that are done very well.
Yeah, it's called Max Payne 3, right?
Yeah.
Thank
You
you.
got any other lost maidens need saving?
But you know what I mean? Like a
Yeah,
Red
no,
Dead,
I totally agree.
yeah, or Grand Theft Auto,
You
they could
and
totally do
Dutch
it.
Talked about how we're gonna get out of this.
I was just discussing with Herr Strauss when the weather breaks. I suppose we'll have to keep heading east.
East into all that civilization.
I know. The west is where our problems are worse. Come on, Herr Strauss. Let's get warm.
Thank you, Mr. Morgan.
We have been running for weeks. We found shelter and been resting here in some old abandoned mining town while we wait the thaw. Hardly the spring I had been hoping for.
Very nice of him to keep a journal.
He's quite the artist, actually.
Oh, he's got that like
Strong,
Look at that.
warm,
beautiful.
and we wait.
Oh, he didn't like that one.
Breaks, we move.
Well, that's okay. His
I'll
trains,
get back to
his
that one.
trains need work.
I guess.
Look how the paper like folds.
Something about the journal.
Crazy.
Everybody's will be different to a degree
yeah.
because he will jot random stuff in here that you're finding, like just stuff off the beaten path. He'll take pictures of it or make notes. So Yeah, yours will be much different than like Bertz's or mine.
You can also your wardrobe's always here.
But all I have right now, I'm sure, is just my.
Get some more money, and we keep heading west.
We're heading east.
Take a seat.
Can you go to first person mode?
Oh, that's good. I think I have to go into the menus to do that.
No, you don't.
Nope, just back button.
Never mind.
Or those, what is it, the hamburger button? What do we call that?
Windows.
Menu?
I call it Windows.
So, Bert, let's talk about this a little bit. This is a tip we gave away, too.
Yeah, so first-person mode, even if you play the game in third person all the time, when you're in cabins and when there's a bunch of stuff in one particular area, this is the best way to highlight it because the third-person camera is really finicky. You might only keep getting the one thing that you don't want to grab as an indicator.
Like 2 items sitting next to each other,
Yeah.
and let's say you want to grab the beans, but it keeps highlighting the cigarettes. You got to just kind of move around, but if you're in first person, you can directly look right at them.
Yeah, so
and grab it.
I got in a really big habit of doing that every time I was in an interior space.
How you feeling, Jose?
So you guys swap back and forth then
Mm-hmm.
quite a bit?
Yep. Anytime I go in interior, it was just like a reflex.
Thank you for bringing
Like I'd
John
switch to it.
back.
Of course.
Talk to people, just hanging out.
Good morning.
Doesn't feel much warmer this morning.
We'll show off some first-person like horse riding and gunplay too.
Yeah. So I'll go talk to Bill, I guess, right? Probably the better choice here. Because I think that takes us to...
You can do both of these missions, I think. So.
Yeah.
I think you have to.
Yeah.
Which one? Do you guys have a preference? I've only done Bill's. I haven't done...
Yeah, do this one then. It'll be
Okay.
new for you.
Exciting.
I'm terrified.
That'll probably be fine.
We're gonna starve to death up here, Mr. Morgan.
We're okay.
We have a few cans of food and a rabbit. For what, 10, 12 people?
And human bodies.
When I was in the Navy.
I do not wish to hear about what you got up to in the Navy, Mr. Pearson.
We were stranded at sea for 50 days.
And you unfortunately survived.
When we ran away from Blackwater, I wasn't able to get supplies in.
Well, when government agents are hunting you down, sometimes shopping trips need to be cut short. We'll survive. We always have. And if needs be, we can eat you. You're the fattest.
I sent Lenny and Bill hunting, and they found nothing.
Well, Lenny's more into book learning than hunting. Bill's a fool. Unless those mountains are full of game that want to read, ain't no wonder they found
Enough of this. We'll go find something. Come on, Arthur.
Wait a second.
I just shot like 7 wolves.
Here. You're gonna need something to eat out there.
Assorted, salted offal. Starving would be preferable.
Come on, let's go.
You can't go hunting. Look at your hand.
I can't stay here listening to you two. Look, if there's game in those hills, I'll find it. And you can kill it.
You need to rest, Charles.
You think this is rest? Come along.
Tell Charles. This is a hunting mission, I take it.
Yes.
Here, you take this. I can't use it, and you'll have to.
Oh, you're joking.
Use a gun, and we'll scare off every animal for miles around. You're never too old to learn, I imagine. Come on, this way.
You go to first person.
There we go. All right. Where'd Charles go? There he is. This is cool. Yeah, I haven't done first-person horse riding yet.
How are you holding up,
You can tweak a
Charles?
lot of these settings too if you don't
okay.
like the bob and stuff like that.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff in the menus that you can
Still bad?
tinker around with.
It'll be fine in a day or two. I just can't pull a bow right now.
I sure hope I can. Never really got the hang of it.
You'll be fine.
So, you reckon we're gonna find something to kill that ain't no Driscoll?
Huh. There's meat up here for sure. Pearson doesn't know what he's talking about. Now the weather's eased off a bit, they'll be needing to feed.
We'll head
That
up
sound
this
of the
way.
packing
Find some
snow
higher
is
ground.
so well done.
Yeah.
Been a wild few days, all right. That ride north from Blackwater, Getting stuck in the storm, bringing John back in.
You've had a lot put on you. I wish I could have done more.
I didn't mean it like that, just a lot to think back on.
I still don't really know what happened on that boat.
Me neither. Well, Javier told me a bit, but... it
Does
sure
the
weren't
horse handling evolve past the bonding factor? Are there better saddles or anything to buy in the game?
Oh,
Asks
yeah.
Aaron Bivens.
Yes, there's a lot of different kinds of horses. We're actually going to put up a horse guide about all that. Saddles do give you a little bit of a performance benefit, and there are horses that you can buy, and the best ones are kind of locked until you get to a certain point in the game, but you can also find some out in the wild, and there are some rare ones that you can hunt down that have really good stats.
Can you get spinning rims?
Spinning rims, yeah. You can get different spurs.
Little
Okay.
glow.
Those
Yeah.
spin. That counts.
Mhm.
Put some candles underneath it to light up the undercarriage.
Yeah.
Get some like blue and red flame.
Yeah, so the
somehow.
choice is you can get different blankets that go underneath your saddle, different types of saddles, different bed rolls. There's also different, I don't know what do you call the little nub on the top of the saddle?
Oh, where
The
you-
handle? I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah. You can get different custom ones of those.
Can you get a skull? Like a little
I didn't see
metal
skulls.
skull.
There
like
was
a
like
gear shift.
15, 16 different ones that I saw.
Can you get truck nuts?
You can get shrunk nuts.
I think they are right now.
Yeah.
Dynamic.
They come equipped with truck nuts, Leo. Every horse.
That's great.
Well,
just
except for the female horses.
In regards to the saddles and stuff like that, that's something that just continually kept blowing my mind, was just the amount of content.
Yeah.
Like everywhere in the game, every interior you go into looks different. All the people, the enemies you take down,
Yeah.
you know, like the
different
variety.
saddlebags too. Actually, you can
Yeah.
buy different saddlebags.
Recently.
How can you tell?
How come I'm not?
That
Track them on
doesn't
foot.
answer my question.
You're gonna need the boat.
What's your horse digging up there?
Your horse.
What you find,
What
boy?
you got there, buddy? Some grass. That's my Arthur Morgan impression. Okay, so how do I equip the
So
bow?
pop over to there and then hit the triggers, and you'll cycle
There
through
we
the
go.
stuff. There you
Okay.
go.
Quiet as you can. Stay low.
I don't need you, Charles.
Now that you taught me how to track.
Gambit21 asks, there were rumors that if you kill someone randomly early in the
See
game,
the tracks?
their family will hunt you throughout the game. Have you run into that?
Focus.
Yeah, there was. I did kill one guy, and in another town, I got confronted by somebody that said, "You shot my cousin." And so stuff like that does happen. There are consequences that you might not realize early in the game that you'll see come to fruition later in the game.
It's easier in the snow, but once you get your eye in, you'll be able to track nearly as well.
So this is you using your mutant ability. You are the first X-Man.
Oh.
This is such a-
Saddlehorn, that's what it's called.
Saddlehorn, there we go.
Thank you, Anthony Lebred.
He's a better cowpoke than I.
The animal tracking system, I think, is so cool. Like, obviously,
It
it's scripted in this instance, but the fact that it works in the open world to track just any animal.
I mean, you'll see that, like, you don't even know an animal's there, and you'll see tracks, and you'll be like, oh, there's something going on here. It's always delivering that data. It's just crazy.
And the eagle eye is also important. Another pro tip.
Oh,
It's
brush
really-
against this tree, by the way. Well, that might not be one. But there's
the stone will fall off.
well, that and like he'll sometimes move the branches out of the way, or will duck down,
Yeah.
kind of.
But this eagle eye is also helpful for
Maybe that
finding
tree.
collectibles and finding herbs. You know, there's so many plants in this world, you're never sure which ones you can pick.
There they are.
If you pull this up, you'll see like little sparkly lights over the stuff that you can pick up.
I can be able to hit it from this far away.
Yep.
Yeah.
We want a good,
I mean, if you're good.
Get to the head.
We're talking about me here, birds.
Careful.
Yep, you're running
Whoa.
out of stamina.
Okay. Sure.
Oh my God.
Sorry, screwed that up.
Yeah, you might need to eat something to get your stamina back up. That's what I had to do in this sequence.
Oh yeah. All right. Let's see. Do I?
Yep, there you go.
Kidney beans.
Chug some
Oh,
beans. And then litter.
You jerk. Sharday Alford asks, what is this game about? That's a good question, actually.
This game is about kind of the death of outlaw life. You know, like as technology moves across the previously untamed West, and it gets more settled, the lawmen, the Pinkerton Agency, really rich industrialists who have their own, concepts of power, are all kind of like pointing towards, we want this element of society out of here. So the gang gets hunted down by these various groups throughout the experience, and you just witness kind of like the end of outlaw life.
Do they get into like other aspects of that make it not just a rehash of the first one?
Yes. Oh yeah, it's thematically tied, but you're getting a deeper portrait of it for sure.
Cool. And this hunting stuff, you're bringing back meat for the camp throughout the game?
Yes.
And skins for crafting.
Yeah, so you can get pelts, and depending on how well you execute the kill, the pelt quality will be different. So if you pepper it full of bullets, you're probably going to get a poor pelt that's not worth anything. The perfect pelts are really valuable because they're used for crafting new outfits if you take them to a trapper.
There it is, Kyle.
See it. Careful.
Steady your aim, boy.
I really thought
You're
I had
really
that.
far away.
Yeah, there might be drop at that distance.
Oh, okay. I was about to say it was red. Let's. Can I go ahead and grab this, or do I need to hunt the other one first?
Yeah, hunt the other one. Then
Okay.
you'll get the tutorial of how to skin them.
Gotcha.
Yep, snap to cover system.
Cover system is a little janky.
A little bit.
Yeah,
It's
there are
serviceable,
moments where
right?
I was like, get in cover, and you're hitting the button, and he doesn't do it. So that system doesn't feel like it's really evolved that much.
Yeah, I would say the whole targeting combat system is the one thing that just isn't that mind-blowing, right? Like the graphics, interactive nature of everything, all that is kind of crazy detailed, but the gunplay is still more Rockstar gunplay, right?
Yep.
Speed this
You
up a
are
little bit.
struggling with this hunt.
Yeah. Well, I haven't done this yet. Also, I'm like firing from too far away, I think.
Yeah, you are for sure.
Did I just pick up my arrow?
Yeah,
that
you
I
just
fired?
picked up your arrow.
So Poppletree asks a roundabout question. If you could only buy one game this year, would it be Red Dead Redemption 2?
Yeah.
That's kind of answering like our game of the year a little bit, right?
For me, yes. This is my favorite game of the year, and it's up with Witcher 3 as favorite game of the generation so far.
Yeah, I would say it's my game of the year so far. I'm still going through it. Bert's is still like 80 hours, 90 hours in now. I would also say that God of War is a must-play this year.
Oh, yeah. That's a
And
great
Spider-Man. Like, those are my three favorite games for the year. On the periphery, I love Dead Cells. And then, oh, man, there was a ton of them there. And then also Celeste and
Oh, gosh,
Call of
Celeste.
Duty's Blackout Mode. We play that every night. Like, I think that game's super fun. What about you, Kyle? Yeah, obviously you're just starting, so you can't really. But
yeah,
what
I
are
can
your?
speak to, but yeah, Spider-Man and God of War have been some of my favorites. I also there's my sort of like surprise one that I don't we'll see like when it comes to end of the year fights. But Iconoclast was a
Whistle
game that
for
I
your
played
horse.
early in the year that I really loved. Like it really surprised me in a lot of cool ways. So that one will definitely end up on my top 10. And I'm looking forward to Smash Brothers a lot.
And my time here is done today, but I will be back in the next week for the continuation of this journey.
Yeah, we're gonna play more for sure.
Kyle,
Breakfast
hopefully,
with, Arthur.
hopefully it goes well for you. And Ben Reeves will be answering your questions here.
Or asking them additionally.
Ben Reeves, ladies and gentlemen.
He's here.
Hello.
You made it.
Heard you guys had questions that you needed answered.
Yeah, have you played this yet? That's my first question.
First answer, no. I got excited to, and then I stayed out late, and now I have a scratchy voice. But I think I sound better.
I think you sound
I think I sound great.
You sound era appropriate.
Yeah, that's right. Do a good do your Arthur Morgan impression right now.
Hey. Not his horse.
I'm a cowboy.
I'm a cowboy.
So what you just watched, well, Reeves, you didn't watch, but what you watched on the stream was an example of how to do that mission poorly.
Oh yeah.
Oh, cool.
I missed a lot of shots.
How to get a bronze medal.
Yeah.
I'm glad you did it because I'm not going to see that when I play it.
Yeah. It's good to have that recorded, right?
Easier when they ain't shooting back.
Careful. We've seen enough of that.
Did you guys already talk about if you could only buy one game this year?
Yes, we did.
Yeah. What are some of your favorite games of the year, Reeves? Having not played Red Dead quite yet.
I haven't played Red Dead yet, but Spider-Man's still at the top of my list.
Yeah.
I really like that. I heard you guys talking about God of War.
Yeah.
I think Reiner mentioned Celeste, which is cool. Like, I'm glad he mentioned that because, like, that's probably still on my top 10.
Yeah, that was like a January, February game, I think.
Yeah.
Right?
One that I think is not like I didn't hear a lot of people talking about, but I really loved Frostpunk.
Yes.
I think
Yes.
you reviewed that.
I absolutely love that
yeah,
game.
that's gonna make my top 10 for sure. I think it's worth playing. It's a cool little strategy game.
I really like AC Odyssey too. I don't know if I can go back to that open world after this open world, but
Oh yeah. So try to finish it
yeah, I would recommend doing that.
in the next like 5 hours before I go play Red Dead. Is that
Yes.
what you're saying? Okay.
It'll always have climbing.
Good that we caught more than one. A lot of mouths to
Man,
feed.
this game looks really good.
That girl from the ranch
yeah.
now too, but not sure she'll be eating much.
She has a wild look in her eye.
Leo, you played what, like 2-3 hours, something like that? You're into the open world at this point, right?
Yes. I
Yeah.
haven't explored it, but I'm there.
So what do we
There.
do with her?
Once we get out of here,
What rewards do you get from feeding your camp, from hunting and bringing the food back?
So
It was O'Driscoll's you ran into?
there's a lot of different supplies that your camp's going to have, and the more you resupply, it's actually quality of life for you. It's not necessarily about them.
Okay.
You really want to spend all the money on the camp early to upgrade having a stable there. You can always leave a horse tied up there, but you're going to acquire multiple horses, and being able to swap between them is really nice to have that right in the camp instead of having to go to a barn somewhere to do it.
So you have, like, a
And
horse parking
unlocking,
garage.
and unlocking fast travel is really important. You want to be able to fast travel to cities with Arthur. So you have to upgrade Dutch's lodging, and then you can upgrade Arthur's, and that's how you unlock that ability.
But is there a way to, like, can I go to a map and just look at that map and be like, I want to go there right now?
No.
Okay, you have to, like, get on a stagecoach?
There's
That's-
stagecoaches,
okay.
trains, the fast travel from your camp. Those
So,
are your
okay, so you
options.
can go from your camp, you can go
Yes.
elsewhere. Okay.
Watch out.
That's okay.
That's cool.
Bear up ahead.
Uh-oh.
Let's see if we can find another way around.
Oh, I can ask what a bear is. Oh.
Got enough here.
What a bear wants.
It just said bear, question mark.
What a bear needs.
Must be real hungry. Stay well back.
All right.
How can they tell that?
Like this are the worst for animals that sleep all winter.
Yeah, why is he awake? Oh, I
It's
guess
May.
it's May. That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
What
Look
are
at all
we
those
doing?
May showers.
We had a May snowstorm like this a few years ago.
Yeah,
That's right.
I was real mad about it.
We had an April snowstorm
last year.
Last
A
year,
late April.
on the
Yeah,
day that I
sucked.
bought a house. So
Cut up
pretty
here,
cool.
off the trail.
Did you get to move in the snow? That's always fun.
No, we were gonna move in, then I couldn't move in because of the snow. But I still had to go over there and shovel.
Oh, I can calm my horse.
Yep.
Can you pet the horse?
Yes, you can.
It increases your bond.
That's
Good.
cool.
Yep. Feeding your horse, petting your horse, brushing your horse all increases bond. As does pushing the horse,
Something like that.
racing it. Those sorts of things all help build that bond. And as your bond level goes up, you unlock new things you can do with your horse, like popping up on two legs, like in the classic
cool.
Western sense. Being able to hold the X button so you can navigate between trees, kind of strafing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you ride side saddle or anything?
No.
Can you stand on your horse and fire arrows?
No, but
While
you
doing
can
Alaska.
jump off your horse onto a train
Ooh,
and then
that's
jump
pretty
back
good.
onto your
I'm
horse.
into it.
Always
That's good.
wondering if someone's gonna kill you in your sleep.
I still wonder that most nights.
I reckon you're okay.
So your hair, your beard hair grows naturally, right?
Sure,
Yes.
I could
Just
fall
on your
in with
face.
another gang
And there's a
from
tonic
Dutch.
you can take if you want to get it longer, quicker.
Dutch is different.
Is there like a mini game where you actually shave? Like, can you just design your own?
You can go in and design it. You choose
Really?
like your mustache,
That's
your
awesome.
sideburns, your goatee area. All those sorts of things can be set. I think there's 10 different lengths of hair.
I've got a full mustache right now.
Already?
Well, not full, I guess. It's a 5 out of 10, I'd say.
Oh, really?
You run off.
I can't see it.
Getting your mustache ready for Movember.
That's right.
Kyle, I think some people are calling you a wuss for not killing that bear.
Was I supposed to fight the bear? I don't want to
mean,
fight the
a
bear.
real cowboy would have.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
John, too. Taught me a few other things.
How long did your beard get before the end of the game, Bruce?
I got it to the full 10 out of 10 beard length. Yeah.
Nice.
I feel like I'm gonna have to make a male character in the online just so that I can engage with those facial hair mechanics.
Yes.
I wonder if the tonics would work for the women, though.
Maybe.
Bearded ladies. We shall see.
Why not?
How's that new horse? He's all right.
Oh, we can do cinematic camera.
He'll do.
I appreciate you.
Oh, this is cool.
Yeah, Reeves, you can just hold down the camera button to activate this when you're following somebody.
That's cool. Do you have to like hold down a button to like
to exit it?
Well, no, to like ride forward, or are you just holding down a button?
I'm just holding
to
down
follow?
A.
Okay.
Just seemed like that the way that camera was panning. I expected just like a Yeti to be there or something. Just.
I wonder if there is an abominable snowman up in these mountains.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I love it was at San Andreas is like where all the rumors were happening that it was out there and people
Bigfoot,
were like posting like fake screenshots and stuff. I love that stuff.
There is really cool things that are unexpected in this open world. I'm not going to tell you what they are, but exploring is rewarded.
How many penises did you draw in the snow?
I was just, we were talking about this earlier. Reddit, it took about an hour or two until the Red Dead subreddit had a penis drawn in the snow.
Nice.
Get these over to Pearson.
Well, you got to get the important stuff out of the way first.
Yep.
Yeah, that's right.
Gosh.
Gosh. I feel like that'd be super heavy.
I'm Arthur Morgan. Here's a deer.
Just drop it down in here. What a surprise. Find a camp rat loitering around in the kitchen.
Is that any way to greet an old friend? I feel like we haven't spoken for days.
I do my utmost to avoid.
He loves me, really. It's his sad way of showing affection.
No, it isn't. Now shoot, get lost.
Well, see you gents later.
If you remember, that's Uncle from the first game.
Oh, is it?
Oh, who hangs out at Marston's house?
Yep.
Wasn't he just like a crazy drunk all the time?
Yep. And he's still a crazy drunk all the time
Navy rum,
in the
sir.
past.
It's the only thing. The only thing.
It's good
People
to see
theorize
Keeps you
he's
sane, it does.
the character from Red Dead Revolver, Red.
Oh, really?
You go rest that hand, Charles.
Oh, that'd be cool.
You mind helping me with the
Does
skinning, Mr.
the
Morgan?
timeline work
It's
with that?
easier
I
if we do
wonder?
it together. Do I get to skin you?
I don't know.
Always one with the jokes, aren't you?
When did the first one take place? Did you play that, Birds?
Yeah, a long time ago. I debated going back to play it again, but I was told that's not really necessary.
Huh. Yeah, I never played it.
Ew.
I remember it not being that good. Like just
Yeah,
hearing
it wasn't
things
my
about it not
favorite.
being good.
I think I've literally played every Western game made.
Not too bad,
Really?
Mr.
Yeah.
Morgan.
There's not that many. It's a
Yeah.
short list.
They always
Sunset
said you were a
Riders.
butcher.
Yep. Sunset
That's a good
Riders.
one. Gun.
The Call of
Trade
Juarez
these,
series.
sell
I
them.
liked Gun.
Pretty
Back-
much
Dead Man's
any town.
Hand.
If you're looking
Yeah.
to
Remember
make
that one?
Lucky
legitimate
Bill.
money, of course.
Yeah.
Right now, I'm
That
just looking to
DS
get off
game
the
that I
farm
played,
alive.
whose title I can't remember, that was okay. You know what I'm talking about, Bertz.
The DS one.
I don't remember what it was
Maybe
called.
I didn't play every Western
It was
game.
like a platformer. It was cool, but it wasn't really Western. You just could play as a cowboy.
Did you play
play that?
Westerado Double Barreled?
Oh my gosh.
No, I played Outlaw, the old LucasArts one.
Did you play? What was that arcade one? The real motion video one? With like
Oh, the
live-
time
was
travel.
it Wild Bill or something like that?
Something. I know what you're talking about.
I did
yeah.
play an arcade one. I don't remember the name though.
the weird
Maybe somebody in
hologram
the chat remembers
stuff.
what we're talking about. But there was a. Did you play that modern day Call of Juarez?
Yes.
Was that bad?
Well, it's not my favorite.
I like the. I think it was the second Call of Juarez was actually pretty good. I thought.
Yeah, Gunslinger was really good too. I like all those games actually in that series.
The Juarez games.
Yeah.
I ain't never seen so many long faces. I guess
We've established that Micah is unstable.
I don't want no fuss.
When you fall, there'll be a party.
Probably. Funny, huh? Sure.
He didn't even punch the right person. Like, he didn't make the joke. Micah, you crazy, Micah.
Now, you fools punching each other when Como Driscoll's needing punching hard. You want to sit around waiting for him to come find us? All of you, we got work to do. Come on,
You sure about this, Dutch?
Yes.
Folks been through a lot recently. We hardly back on our feet yet.
And the last thing we need is to get bushwhacked by Colm O'Driscoll. Let's go.
I know you hate him, Dutch.
He's here for us.
I doubt that.
No, you're just doubting me.
I would never doubt you, Dutch. You always said revenge is a luxury we can't afford.
This is the right call, Arthur.
Good line, too.
And this is about more than revenge for business long ago. They were talking about trains and detonators here. Colm always had good information. Come on.
And you think now is the right time to hit a train?
Now you might fancy living on deer piss and rabbit shit. I'm getting too old for that life. Mr. Matthews, Mr. Smith, Mr. Pearson, would you please look after the place? There are O'Driscolls about. Yeah!
Do you know Bert's? I mean, everyone who appeared in the first game who is in the second game. Were they? Do you think anyone was recast, or was pretty much everyone?
I don't think so.
brought
I mean,
forward?
Javier Escuela might be one that, he didn't say a ton in the first game.
Yeah. But Dutch
But
and
Bill
Marston.
Williamson and Dutch and yeah, they're all the same.
We found Marston earlier as Reeves. He was,
Oh, yeah?
He was in a bad way.
He
You
just
get to
got
see the-
revenanted.
The Scar origin story.
Okay.
Yeah.
We won't spoil it for you.
Love
Is
these
it?
shots.
I've been kind of distant even from some of this, but is it taking a lot of the same like areas that you're exploring? Will you like recognize
Yeah.
stuff?
So most of the game you're in new territories. There's a lot of cities that you get to venture into, but like half of the map from the first game is in this game.
Oh, cool.
But
New
upgraded.
Austins. Yeah.
But yeah, but looks better.
The only fools out here are us and them. They must be this way.
You good, Dutch?
Of course. Listen,
If I start galloping
don't think much of my ideas
when in these follow situations, like he'll start galloping
Mhm.
to meet me, right? Like I still follow him, but he speeds up.
But if you go too far past people, then the dialogue cuts off until you slow down and you resume it.
Gotcha.
Like you can get to your destination before they're done talking.
Yeah.
This feud between you and him.
Yeah, it does seem like it's just nonstop action with this game, huh?
some things I can't forgive, others I can forget. What he did
So yeah,
to
I'm just holding down
Annabelle,
A while we're, like I'm still in control, but I'm basically tethered to Dutch here, so I can just hold down A and turn on the cinematic camera.
That's cool.
And just revel in the beauty.
That's how this'll end.
I don't know about the fading audio though. I don't know if I like that when it like
Oh,
pans
the idea
back.
that the camera's like further away from me.
Let's cut up here and take a look.
You can do cinematic camera while you're walking now too,
Mm-hmm.
Really?
which controls kind of weird sometimes.
Feels like
Yeah, you like
controls.
you feel like you're moving the wrong direction a little bit.
Right.
Hold up here. Hold.
What do you guys think your favorite Western game was before this? It was probably the first
Red Dead.
before Red Dead.
This is it.
Red Dead's probably my favorite game of all time.
Really?
Yeah.
Are we
Wow.
goddamn
I am a sucker for Wild West stuff. I always wanted someone to make an open world Wild West game. So
Morgan,
this is I am the
we're
target
gonna head up here a
demographic for
little
these
and
games.
see if we can't get a sense of the layout of the camp. Mr. Williamson,
Do you have a favorite
Mr. Bell, you
Old
two
West
take
movie?
up a hidden position just
That's a tough
outside
one.
the
There's a
camp.
lot of them.
Mr. Summers,
Yeah, I really like
Mr. Escuela.
some of
You
the
two
classics like
hold
Tombstone. We were
position
talking about the
here.
Dollar Trilogy earlier. You know, the Clint
Let's go.
Eastwood stuff.
Yeah.
Modern ones, I really like The Proposition. It's a little slow, but The Assassination of Jesse James by the coward Robert Ford is a really good one.
It was just like 2 years ago. I'd never seen like Good, Bad, and the Ugly before, and I watched that for the first time. I was like, oh, this holds up pretty well. Like,
Yeah.
it's good.
The Unforgiven is a classic.
So I have some control here. I can kind of look around.
There they are. That's definitely them.
Home?
I think so.
Yeah, that's him.
Are those cat treats?
Are you sick, Kyle? Should I not be sitting here?
You're fine. You're totally fine.
You're fine.
You're fine. You're not touching the controller.
You don't have cholera or smallpox.
I don't think so.
Or any era-appropriate sicknesses?
Yeah. That was, that's how I prepared for this live stream.
Time to get cholera.
That's method acting.
You don't seem very happy.
No, it's just a cough drop.
Tuberculosis. You don't have that.
They leaving?
Seem to be. Should we go get them?
No. Colin can wait. Best to get some of them out of there. And much less fun to rob him and his score if he never finds out about it. All right, let's go pay our old friends a visit.
Have you even hit the open world stuff yet?
No, Not in
It takes a
my
while.
personal playthrough, nor in this stream.
And how long you been playing personally?
Just like an hour or two, something like that.
Okay.
I think Leo said he hit about 3 hours or so.
Yeah, two and a half.
Yeah, to get to open world stuff.
Okay.
Are we getting back on the horses, or
Like
am
a
I
whole
scrapping my
miniature
gun?
movie.
Wait, which one's my horse?
Look on your mini map.
Peter, and let's get moving.
Oh,
Yeah, it's the yellow one. Oh, Kyle, you're so bad at games.
Sorry. Got my rifle.
Come on, let's go.
Now you got to shoot your horse. Trust me.
We'll circle around the far side and go down that way, same as Mike.
What would happen if you shot your horse at
Like
this
you
point?
said,
I don't think it'll let me.
No?
Can't afford.
Yeah,
Well,
try. Shoot somebody else's
No,
horse.
it doesn't. It doesn't let
Really?
me. Yeah.
Oh man.
Keeps you pretty in line here during this opening hour or two.
Right now are supplies, equipment, and a way out of here. Everything else, including coal.
Yeah, this is weird.
Okay. There's enough of those bastards down there to deal with.
Yeah, isn't it weird to control?
Yeah.
Wait, so you're doing the
I turned
follow?
I turned on the cinematic camera. I don't think you can. Yeah, when you're just off your horse, I think you're.
Can you play the whole game first person?
Yes, you can.
How often did you do that? Did you switch in and out?
I was saying earlier, I use first person a lot when you're interacting in small spaces because it makes it easier to target the items you want to interact with.
Oh, okay. But you like that third person perspective?
Yeah, I mean, the animations for everything are so beautiful in
Sure.
this game. I feel like you miss something if you're playing in first person all the time.
I feel like that's a big part of it. Is any of the Skyrim or the Elder Scrolls games, it's like I want to play those in first person because the animations are not great.
Yeah.
But
you know what's interesting? When I was at Bethesda Game Studios once, I asked Todd Howard who even plays these games in third person. He said most of Europe.
Yeah, that's weird to me.
Huh.
But I generally like third person games, so I don't know why.
That's my preference. I feel like you can connect to the character more when you can see them in full.
It's steep here. Careful.
Do we have any questions coming in from the
No, it's been
viewers?
pretty quiet. Wait. People ask, what's your Wild West Outlaw names? You guys have a name if you were in a Wild West Outlaw?
Like a nickname?
Well, if I was in the Wild West, I have really bad vision, so I would be the worst outlaw.
I think they'd called you Hurt
Blurry
Bertson.
eyes?
Blind Birds.
Hurt
Blind
Berts.
Birds, that's pretty good.
Blind Birds.
Probably Big Dog Reeves, right?
Big Dog Reeves.
Maybe I should take
Mad Dog Reeves actually does kind of sound like that.
And Kyle's would just be Red.
Red, yeah.
No, but the way
Yeah,
our
just
luck's
Red.
been
The
running,
name Red.
Old Red Hilliard.
My hair's not that red, but I'm just I'm the closest to
It's
a
red
redhead.
enough.
It's
Yeah.
red enough, so I just become in this office anyway.
You have some of the ginger gene.
Exactly, just enough.
I imagine I'd be a hermit on a hill, living in a cave. People would just call me Old Ben Kenobi at some point. The older I
I'm
got.
thinking of something.
I'd be mild Bill Hickok.
People want to know if we like dogs.
I love dogs.
They're fine.
There are a lot of different dog breeds in this game.
Are they really?
Yeah, you can study them just like any other animal. I was surprised how many different kinds of dogs are.
Are there
in
any
it.
lap dogs? Like pugs or
No, I didn't see any pugs. It's not to say they aren't in the game because I haven't seen every animal, but
Yeah.
Can you carry a puppy around like Joe Juba?
That's what I was getting at.
Oh.
no, and stroke its head like a villain.
Do you like small dogs?
Like
too,
Joe,
Brits?
yes.
I like some small dogs. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm more of a
Small
fan of
dogs go to heaven.
What are we doing, Dutch?
I've never had a dog.
Take this
Seems like
if
a lot
you
of work.
want.
But I feel like if I was going to get a dog, I'd want a bigger dog, kind of like
Yeah,
Somebody to
I
wrestle
grew
with a
up
little
with
bit?
like smaller dogs like schnauzers and stuff. So now that I'm older and I picked out my own dog, we went with a husky.
Oh yeah,
I really
that'd
like
be fun.
huskies.
Okay, I'll go first.
They're crazy, but they're gorgeous and interesting.
Okay, let's line this up. Sorry, buddy.
It's time.
Ouch!
Oh, you got him.
Cinematic kill cams are back.
I think you can press a button to like skip those.
You can turn
if
them
you
off
want.
altogether if you want. Yeah, you don't have to watch those. I tend to like it.
Yeah.
It's just
Where's
a
the
little
guy?
moment of celebration when you have a good shot.
You gotta get the there. Yeah, you. No, not you. You.
Now people want to know if there's like cats.
Yeah, I'm more of a cat person.
Cats are okay.
I like cats.
I have two cats.
I've got a cat.
I got a cat too. They're less of a Wild West animal, though, I gotta admit.
Yeah.
Could you switch to first person, Kyle, at some point, just to show some of that
Yes.
gunplay?
Here we go. Can I still? Okay, yeah, I can still.
Snap 2, yep. So if you don't like the snap targeting, you can switch it. You know, they have a couple different options there if you want more of a free aim experience.
Or narrow, where like you have to be right on them for it to lock.
Mhm.
Oh. Is it pretty generous?
Yeah.
Yes, it's
So-
very generous.
Yeah.
I don't know. I kind of like that
Hold on, I gotta
sometimes.
hold on, guys.
Get it.
All right, what else we got here? And it's like it lights up red on the.
With threat indicators, yeah, on the map.
That's pretty nice. How does health work?
So your health is, you see like there's kind of that white half moon kind of around the heart.
Yeah.
That's your health before you get to your core.
Okay.
So if that regenerates, as your core gets damaged, it stops regenerating. So if the heart goes red, or you see the heart kind of start to drop,
Okay.
it won't regenerate anymore. And then you got to go to camp and rest, or set up a camp, or eat something.
Eat
you know, there's a
food.
lot of different things you can do to
Sure.
get back
To heal
going.
that.
Mhm.
Does the cold affect your health?
Yes, it does. If you're not wearing winter gear, your health will start to deteriorate. Or if you're wearing a giant winter coat in the swamps, that's also bad for your health.
That's not good.
I'm searching everybody.
This is really important. Do this all game. It's a great way to earn money. And if you don't want to spend your money on the camp, you can turn in stolen items like watches or belt buckles or necklaces and just use that as the currency for upgrading your camp.
It's nice that the physics are like integrated into the body search.
Yeah.
Because usually you just kind of stand over them, you know, and suddenly you have inventory. But here it actually kind of. Like
Yeah.
It looks great.
I love the little details they added like that, and just all the animation stuff. The stuff about like cleaning your gun. Does that ever get annoying? You feel like?
I didn't feel like it. You don't have to do it all the time. It's pretty rare. Every couple hours of gameplay probably, and it goes quick.
Okay. I'm sure it adds to the realism, which is what they're going for.
Yeah.
Somebody asking when multiplayer is. That starts next month. That's all
Yeah,
I've
the
said.
beta starts next month. Yeah.
That's how they did it for GTA, I think, right? It was
Yep.
like about a month of separation.
Oh, Leo, I was gonna answer his other question. Is like, how long you guys gonna ignore that question?
Oh yeah.
And I was gonna ignore it for a long time.
That's a minute. Somebody
Yeah.
got mad earlier. We didn't answer their question of what's going on.
Okay. What does that mean? Like we're playing Red Dead?
Yeah.
Or was that a song
They
request?
said, "Sup, what's going on?" And then they said, "You're just gonna ignore all the questions, huh?"
Oh, shot his hat off. I really wanted him.
Use your dead eye.
Oh yeah, I can
Go
use that
stab
on-
him with a knife if you really want him that
Oh,
bad.
nice.
Let's just load this guy up.
That's tremendously unnecessary.
Look, just want to make sure that, you know, he knows what's up.
He knows what's up now.
Yeah, or he did.
Kyle, I think he's still moving.
So your Deadeye upgrades as you go through the game, doing various things to upgrade it.
Oh, my hat
and
came
one of the
off.
things that's cool is eventually you start to see the fatal areas where you can shoot them.
Okay.
That's
Nice.
So head, heart, and nuts, obviously.
nice. Obviously.
So their children feel it.
What else
Guy coming
Stab
down the
that guy
left.
with the knife.
How do I actually haven't done that. How do I do that?
So pull up your weapon wheel, get out your knife, and just head over there and stab away.
Hey, buddy. With the right trigger?
And that was a knife
Hey,
tutorial.
guys.
Nice.
Knife to meet you.
It's a knife to meet you. I'm Arthur Morgan. Does my hat show up on the map?
So weapons expert, see, that's one of the challenges. This is one of my pet peeves of the game. I don't have a ton of major criticisms. I don't like how they did challenges. So like the last game, you need to do them sequentially.
Okay.
So like this one, you gotta, kill 3 people with a knife, and then you have to kill 3 people with a throwing knife in under 10 seconds or something. And they keep going up. And for some of them, like especially when it's around like gathering herbs or stuff like that, it drives me nuts in a game where you already grabbed 40 different things of time or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
And then you get to that challenge being unlocked, and then you need to gather
need to
10
do it
more.
again, yeah.
It's like, I already have a ton of it. Just give me the credit.
Also, you can like look at your challenges, and I don't have that knife one, so you don't get it until you do your first knife.
Yeah,
kill.
some of them unlock kind of organically, so you're not really sure how to unlock them.
I almost want to look up the first ones just
That's
so I
annoying.
know.
Yeah. That's smart.
Just have them like ready to go early on.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of like real life. You don't know what challenges you're going to face until you...
That's true.
It's about immersion.
So you get a bill comes in, you're like, I had this money a month ago. You should have asked me.
11 FTX says it'd be so cool to see snow like this in GTA, like the actual game, not just part of it. They do like Christmas events in GTA Online.
Does it really?
Where it snows in the main map.
And North Yankton had snow on the map.
Right.
But it's not as flexible
good.
as this
No.
snow.
This is next level snow.
Oh yeah, this is
technology.
way better. But GTA Online, you're sliding around and stuff.
Yeah.
in
Oh,
the
that's
snow.
cool.
Yeah, it's cool.
Do you guys think the next game will be GTA, or you think they'll do something different?
I don't know. I'm hoping those Bully 2 rumors are serious.
That'd be cool.
Those are the rumors. It seems like time, like GTA 5 is still totally like it's not time for a new GTA necessarily. And
well, in 7 years.
And Dan Houser just had that quote about saying it's really hard to like work on satire when we live in such a crazy time.
Sure.
Where like truth seems stranger than fiction.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. I would like this sort of almost, I guess you could call it like a Red Dead approach to a GTA. We're just more grounded, more serious.
Yeah, that's why 4 is my favorite still.
Yeah,
4 is my favorite story.
Four
yeah,
definitely has
for
the best
sure.
story, I think.
Nico, I love Nico.
I still like the 80s setting of Vice
Oh,
City,
yeah.
but it'd be fun to do more era stuff.
Yeah, they could go back to London. Remember the early ones at
cool.
London?
They could go to the 60s even, would be kind of fun.
Like they did in London? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, was that what it
Yep.
was? I didn't play that.
They could do that with Bully too. That could totally be a period piece.
Yes.
That'd be cool, yeah. I'd dig that. Do like 2014 or something.
Or the year Bully 1 came out.
Yeah, exactly.
Here. This looks good. What do you think, Bill?
Looks fine. Smells good.
Oh, that's weird.
Come on.
Huh. How's dynamite smell?
Can you tell when dynamite goes
everything?
bad by
Think so,
smell?
boss?
I don't know anything about
Found
dynamite.
this on one of them.
I thought it just it looked
This is perfect.
like wet.
Oh, yeah.
Because then it's like turning into
This is
nitro,
something
right?
about the train they was gonna rob. A Mr. Leviticus Cornwall. Mount back up. Let's keep moving. All right, let's get out of here. Proud of you boys.
Does his hat ever get shot off his head?
Yes, it does.
It just did.
What?
Let's see if I
You,
can.
you went and picked it up?
Yeah.
Oh.
It happened live.
Oh my gosh. Do you ever ride a horse in this game?
I don't think so.
Always get back up and fight. That's who we are. Outlaws for life, fellas. Wait until we have John, Mac, Charles, and Sean back riding with us.
Oh
and
man,
I
Sean?
I know
Gotta get Sean.
You got Sean in this
they'll
game?
all be back.
Damn, dude. They got everybody.
This head'll hurt him a lot more than any bullet in the head.
Especially when we rob this train, too.
Yeah, I guess we'll see about that.
Oh, indeed we will.
You know, he'll come after us.
Oh, of course he will, just like all the rest. But we're gonna stay a step ahead of them. Make sure we always know where they are before they know where we are. We allowed ourselves to get a step behind in Blackwater. That won't happen again.
Yeah, somebody in Comments is saying, love to see GTA set in Kazakhstan, which is a weird choice, but
interesting.
Where do you guys want the next GTA set? Not just time period, but like location. It'd be fun to see him go somewhere new. I think.
The hometown where I grew up.
Yeah,
I want to see them.
I was gonna say Kyle's
GTA,
hometown.
South Carolina.
Yeah, Florence, South Carolina specifically.
They could do New Orleans. That'd be cool.
There's a kind of a New Orleans in this game.
Yeah,
right?
Saint Denis is the biggest city in the game, and it's basically
really?
like a New Orleans facsimile. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's remarkably detailed. I mean, that city astounds me.
Sweet. Can't wait to get there. How long do you think it took to get there?
It's pretty far into the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, once the world opens up, you can go right there.
You
if
can
you want.
theoretically go straight
Yeah,
there.
but narratively, it comes into play, 40 hours in or so, probably.
Okay. Wow, jeez. It's crazy to think that's only like what, halfway, a little
Yep.
over halfway maybe.
Some people got through the story in like 60 hours. I didn't do a ton of off the beaten path, but it took me about 80.
Sure.
So maybe I did do more off the beaten path than I thought I did. But
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say like there's a lot of like slow paced, kind of like walking through like beautiful scenery. Does that ever get old? Do you think that will like tire some people out?
Fast travel, I wish there were more options for it in the game. I really do, because there are times where you just want to get on with it. So that's one thing I would hope they would patch in maybe. When you're way out in the wilderness and you're really far from where you want to be, it'd be really nice to get back to camp or something.
Call a cab with your cell phone.
Well, that's what I'm trying to remember. Like the first Red Dead, I thought had.
There were
fast travel,
stagecoaches,
right?
I think, right? You could get on stagecoaches, but
Is that all it was?
yeah. Sorry, buddy, you lost your hat. Deal with it. Oh. You all right, buddy?
I don't know. You don't know your name.
Leo and I were talking about this earlier. When you jump, he goes like,
It's
"Ugh."
Kieran what? Duffy, Kieran Duffy. Well, I ain't gonna lie to you.
So even when I'm not following somebody, I have a path though that you can see in the bottom left corner.
Will it auto follow that path?
Even then, I can still like just hold down A and go
that's
cinematic
cool.
camera.
Some fan you ain't gonna like. So I'd advise you to save your breath for
The horse likes jumping.
I'm making him jump a lot.
Oh.
As your bond increases, he'll jump for joy.
It's like that nervous twitch, and like when playing a game. Anytime I can roll in a game, I'm just like rolling all over the place.
Yeah, yeah.
Hold the left trigger. Can you punch him in the face right now?
No. Is that something I can do later?
Yeah, a lot of times you can punch the person in the face that's on the back of your horse.
Oh, that's awesome.
Sock him.
Just boom.
Can you do that now?
No, I can't.
Oh, bummer.
Yeah, this first like 2-3 hours or so, like really kind of is very restrictive, just as a way to teach you all the mechanics and sort of set up the world.
They don't tell me nothing. I swear. Oh, I think I'm gonna puke.
Let's make him puke.
I don't know nothing real about him. Honest.
Are you trying to test me? Is that it? Because I will.
Do you think you're making him sicker by jumping?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Just fun.
Okay.
Not one more goddamn word. Am I clear?
Okay. Okay.
That's 2 bones right there.
Can you punch him now? Hold left trigger.
No.
Nope.
Sorry, birds. I know
No,
you really.
I really want to punch
you
this
really want this to happen, but
Some guys just they have faces that need punching,
True.
That's right.
And this guy's name is
Like
Kieran.
Kyle Hilliard.
Hey now.
Oh, no, sorry.
I'm here.
It was right there.
Didn't your wife tell you to be nicer to me, Reed?
Yeah, she did.
Because of our podcast interactions, I think, or something.
Here we are. You sack of shit.
Do you want to punch me, Kyle?
No, yeah, I
Let's
like it.
introduce you to the boys.
Who the boys? Who wouldn't like Arthur's voice? It's so good.
He sounds like Josh Brolin to me.
Yeah.
A little bit.
What do you
Who
think
has
of
a
that?
good voice?
That West was he was in what was that Western that Brolin was in that everybody loved so
No
much?
Country?
No.
Slow West.
It was based on a comic book. Jonah Hex.
Oh.
Was that one of your favorites, Bert?
No.
Found a little shit.
Wait, wasn't he also in that, like, what was that 80s TV show about the
Very good.
Cowboys?
Oh, I don't
Welcome
know.
to your new home. Hope you're
Trans-
Young
Transformers?
Riders or something like that? Or what am I thinking of?
I don't know. I think this is a dream you had.
Somebody has to know what I'm talking about. Maybe it was the 90s, but I
Uncle,
feel like
Mr.
somebody's got to know what I'm
Williamson.
talking about.
Tie this maggot up someplace safe.
So they just call him Uncle all the time, and we never do
got a
hear
saying,
his
my friend.
name, do we?
Nope.
We shoot fellas.
His name's
as
Uncle
need
Tommy.
shooting, save fellas as need saving, and feed 'em as need feeding. We are gonna find out.
His full name is Red Dead Revolver.
Oh.
I can't believe it.
It's such a
An
good line.
O'Driscoll in my camp.
I ain't an O'Driscoll, mister. I hate that fella.
Oh, whatever you say, son. Well done, Arthur.
I'm just sorry we missed out on Cole.
Oh, there's time enough for that. Now, I gotta figure out if we can hit that train.
Okay.
I love the lighting in this game.
Yeah.
It's really good.
I knew there was a train heist in this game, but I didn't know you like stole it from the O'Driscolls. I think that's a cool layer to the story.
That you stole their heist.
Right.
There are a lot of rival gangs you'll run across in this
Been a bad
game,
few weeks.
and the interactions with them is always interesting.
Dutch being Dutch, he is busy making plans, and Dutch being Dutch, those plans involve robbery and dreams.
Oh, it's an Inception situation.
Well, I thought you was reading him his last rites. Now I see you're introducing him to your other passion.
I'll mind you to show me some respect, Mr. Morgan.
Mind away, Reverend. You still here then?
I owe you.
Yeah. And you'll pay me. But for the moment, just rest.
Arthur, I think it's time for the train.
Want me to come?
Of course I do, but look at you.
I was always ugly, Dutch. It's just a scratch.
Don't lie still, son.
Yeah, I was thinking of the show Young Writers.
Jackie.
You guys remember that show?
boy
No.
wanted to see you, John.
It was like 89 to 92.
You see me now. Or
It
what's
had a bunch of
left
people in
me.
it. It's crazy. It had Josh
What about you?
Guess I was
Brolin,
hoping to see a corpse.
Stephen Baldwin.
Bide your time.
Really?
You'll see plenty
who
of
else?
that.
I feel
You're
like
a
there were other
rotten
people in
man,
there.
John Marston.
He is an idiot, Abigail. We all know it. Now,
She's being so mean to
Railway
her
man.
husband.
Bill, now you ride ahead and set the charge at the water tower just before the tunnel.
Ain't a problem. Why are we doing this? Weather's breaking. We could leave. I thought we was lying low.
Yeah, come on. What do you want from me, Hosea?
I just don't want any more folks to die, Dutch.
We're living, Hosea. We're living. Look at me. We're living. Even you. But we need money. Everything we has in Blackwater. You fancy heading back there?
No. Listen, Dutch, I ain't trying to undermine you. I just want to stick to the plan, which was to lie low, then head back out west. Now, suddenly we're about to rob a train.
What choice have we got?
Leviticus Cornwall's no joke, Dutch.
Who is Leviticus Cornwall?
He's
Were
a
winter
big
coats really
railway
just
magnate,
cooler looking
sugar
than
dealer,
like 100
oil
years
man.
ago, or is
Well,
it just
good
this
for
game
him.
that
Sounds like he has more than enough to share.
Well, they didn't have cell
Dutch,
phone pockets then, which is
It is time
less
to make
useful.
something
That is frustrating.
of ourselves. Get your horses ready. We have a train to rob.
I've never killed a bear for a coat before.
Is that a question from the chat? Have you ever killed a bear?
Yeah,
for a
have you,
coat?
Kyle?
Not yet. It's on the bucket list. But knowing me, the situation will be that the bear will have stolen like my coat.
Your
and
coat,
just
you
has
have to
it,
kill the
so I
bear
just have to kill to get it back.
take your coat back. It'd be like one of those really poofy jackets.
So you can change. Oh, that's interesting. You can change like where you are in the sort of group.
Mm-hmm.
Is it double tap A to move up? Is that what it said? Okay.
And
then you
hold
can
the second tap.
Oh, is that right? Okay, okay.
I think.
And then you can double tap right bumper on Xbox to see. I'm like moving back.
A lot of times during these two, you can have conversations with different riders.
Oh, really? I could talk to Lenny or Charles or Micah.
Dude, can you talk to Sean?
Sean's not here yet.
Sean's not here.
Arthur and Micah, you head straight for the back. That's what we're after. Mr. Cornwall's private
Oh,
car.
I didn't mean to take my gun out.
Me, Morgan. Great. Have you got a problem with that?
Not if you keep your head.
Now,
for
because
once.
of that left trigger is like the way you aim and the way you interact with people.
Yeah.
I admit I have shot a fair bit of people I just meant to talk to.
Oh my gosh.
Just like Arthur Morgan, just renowned for pulling his gun on people when he has a simple question to ask.
There was one in particular where the guy challenged me to a shooting contest, so I shot a bunch of bottles, and I thought we were done shooting, so I hit the left trigger to talk to him, and boom.
Oops. But you just pulled your gun on him, though. You didn't shoot him, right?
Well, I did.
Somebody's asking if there's custom outfits or gear.
Oh, a ton.
I assume there's
a ton
just
of
a ton
it.
of that, yeah.
Yeah, we're talking about because like the outfits can be piecemeal, right?
Yeah,
like you can different
there's
pants,
a ton of
different
different
jackets.
stuff: pants, jackets, vests,
That's cool.
hats, spurs, boots. But you can also buy predetermined outfits from different catalogs at
Sure.
general stores, or there's a tailor in Saint Denis, the biggest city, and there's also like achievable outfits that you need.
That's cool.
Particular pelts or particular items from animals. The trappers will make them for you.
And if you dress
okay.
up piece by piece, you can save that as a
Yes.
custom outfit too.
That's right.
Yep.
Can I make a tuxedo?
There are tuxedos.
Yeah?
Yes.
All right.
There are top hats.
I'll be a James Bond cowboy. I don't know.
That's what my gang's gonna be.
James Bond cowboys.
Be clean shaven at all times.
The Bond boys.
Bond boys.
Just happy we're back.
Are there
Somebody called Brock Knox says, "Burt's, I love you."
Of course I'm ready.
It's right on it. There you
You're
go, Brock.
supposed to say "I love you" back, Bert.
I love you too, bro.
I'll be honest. I don't know who that is.
There.
Maybe it's your wife. I don't know.
Is that her?
Twitch right now?
Sound like a screen name she'd make? There are no microtransactions or anything, right? In terms of like buying like outfits or anything like that,
Nope.
right?
No microtransactions in the game.
That'll probably be.
That'll be Red Dead Online.
Yeah, there'll be some of that for the online, I'm sure. But
I don't know if shark cards are coming back or if they're going to be squirrel cards or.
Are there sharks in the game?
No, I didn't see a shark. That's not to say there isn't. I haven't seen all the animals.
is
but
there a
There
coast?
are gators.
There are gators.
Is there a
There-
coast like where you can look at the ocean?
I think Saint Denis is on the coast. Yes.
Okay.
They're probably gonna be called bonds, huh? Something
Yeah,
bonds.
something. Buck bonds,
Yeah.
bear bonds.
James
Kyle.
Bonds.
Yeah, James Bonds. Gold bonds. Medicated powder. Shaken, not stood. Kyle, somebody named Diego Roa asks, "Hey guys,
Hi.
Any 6 stunts?"
Yeah, we've been talking about it for a while.
There will be a sixth stunt.
Yeah,
episode.
well, I think maybe probably early next week. I know I wanted to play it for a little bit, kind of get my feet under me, figure out
Right.
what kind of stunts I could do.
And you're already sick.
And I'm already sick,
So,
so I'm halfway there.
there you go.
Check on Bill. So
Uh-oh.
Bill's down there, huh?
That's right.
Go on then.
All right.
You
guys.
saw for a minute your honor system popped up there.
Oh, is that what that is?
What does
Yep.
that mean?
So that just like in the first game, you can kind of be more of a good guy, or you can be more of a dastardly bastard.
You can be a good
Dastardly,
criminal?
bastardly.
Yeah,
A smooth criminal?
smooth criminal. Yeah, and there are benefits of doing that. Shops give you discounts.
How you getting on?
People are nicer to you in
Oh.
town. If you're a jerk face,
You sure?
people will treat you
Like
appropriately.
a jerk?
Yeah.
Can I help a
Your
little?
reputation precedes you?
Yep. You can antagonize and rob pretty much anybody.
Rob that guy, Kyle.
Okay, sure.
By the way, my Old West nickname would be Dastardly Bastardly. Decided.
Sounds like a good rap name, too.
It does. The dastardly bastard.
Old Dirty Dastardly Bastardly.
Like, how many cowboy names also make good rap names? Probably a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Arthur Morgan.
Calamity Jane.
Snoop Dogg.
Big pun. Am I going the right way? Yeah. Okay. Spooling this thing. Unspooling it like a pro.
Feel free to stop me if we're repeating stuff you guys talked about in the first half. But like somebody's asking, how's the open world? Is just wandering around and taking in the sights good, or is it pretty dangerous at all times?
It is the best open world ever made. I say that unequivocally. I don't think there's anything that comes close to this open world. The nature is remarkable. The way all the systems kind of work with one another is remarkable. The way everybody can react to you is remarkable. But yes, there are things that are dangerous everywhere, but you can just sit around and check out the scene if you want.
Sure. I noticed that in Assassin's Creed, where I was like just going from place to place, and I feel like I would get attacked by wolves all the time. It's just like,
There are
no.
predators, but they'll pop up on your little mini map, and you'll know that you're around them.
You can
There are
avoid
also
them.
bounty hunters that hunt you down.
Oh, that's cool.
Especially in certain territories where you're wanted dead or alive, they're going to come a lot more often. You can kind of lose them though. They will travel right past you if you're in a place where they're not going to spot you.
You can like hide.
Yeah, or you can just take them on. I always like to gallop down to a building where I can funnel them in, and just go to town on them with a shotgun. Yeah.
You went to town on them.
Yep.
Wait, how do I put on the mask? Okay, weapon wheel. Switch to the
items. There you go. So
Okay, there we go. All right, cool. Oh, sorry.
And you can get different if you want. You can wear like Jason masks and stuff like that.
Oh, what?
Really?
Yes,
Really?
there
Those
are a bunch of
existed
different
back then?
things.
Huh. Are there Santa hats? I'm gonna wear a Santa hat.
Good question.
I'm sure there will be in Red Dead Online eventually.
It's time. Good luck, all of you. You all know what to do.
That Micah's gonna screw this up.
Micah.
Here we go.
Oh no.
Shit! No! What? God!
Oh, you have got to be kidding me.
Where did you find that
More.
moron?
You said it was fine.
My fault. Come on! You're pathetic.
Shouldn't we
You know
stay on
that.
our horses?
Wait, why are you running?
Yeah. Are we gonna jump on?
These guys didn't think this through.
Yeah, come on, guys.
Excuse me.
Bertz, is there a new game plus?
Whoa!
There is a ton of stuff to do once this game kind of wraps and you get to the epilogue.
Spit you out back out.
There isn't really a new game plus per se where like if you restart the game you have a bunch of other stuff.
Right.
There's narrative reasons for that. But once you finish the story, the world is there for you to explore. You can finish some of the side quests you didn't do. All the challenges are available. There's going to be a lot of stuff that you can still do after the story.
The others will get him.
Wait, should I go down there?
Yes.
Thanks, Leo.
You're welcome.
On a related topic, IOT's asking if we like frozen yogurt.
It's all right.
Yeah.
I prefer ice cream.
It's fine.
There's like a pretty good joke in The Good Place about that, where it's like, hey, what's something that people think they like, but then they're slightly disappointed every time they eat it? And it's like frozen yogurt.
Whenever I think of frozen yogurt, the Mr. Show Tofuti episode
Oh, yeah.
pops up in my mind.
It's pretty good.
You can talk to Charles there and tell him to get this guy.
Oh,
So
good.
I'm gonna go get him
Oh,
myself.
that's cool.
I'm more of a hands-on kind of Arthur Morgan.
Sure. Clumsy hands-on.
Yeah, wait. I can't go into Deadeye here? Okay.
Yeah, you should be able to.
Why
Your
doesn't it
Jedi
let me?
meter's full, so.
It might be just because I'm still tutorial.
It says in the upper left to do it.
Well, why wasn't... I definitely was doing it. Let's see.
What system did you play on, Birds?
PS4.
You feel like that ran pretty well on that?
It did. It ran really well on both the Pro and the regular one. I tried it both, and Reiner played it on Xbox One, and
yeah,
it looks phenomenal. That's what we're playing on right now.
Yeah.
I think Digital
Xbox
Foundry
One X.
ran a spec or something saying the Xbox One was a little bit better, but
Get out of
I mean,
way,
that's
dude.
pretty much the accepted norm, right?
Right.
Unless like there's an anomaly, 9 times out of 10, the Xbox One X is where games run the best.
yeah, I'm not surprised. But it's good to know that like even on PS4, it's like
Yeah, it runs well. There
Really
are
great.
not a ton of loads in this game, which is something I really appreciate.
Yeah.
there was a really big load time.
Yeah,
waiting
called
for
the download.
game. Yeah, the download. There's that too. We also had a like 7-year load time
Yeah.
in real life.
Never looked at it like that. I had to load today for like 6.5 hours last night.
I thought you were just sleeping. Ow!
Did you
Just
felt
lost
that?
my hat. Yeah, it's how reverse the grapple. Okay. Oh, break free. Okay, there we
Maybe it'll be like Indiana Jones. It'll just waft back up when you're done beating this guy.
go. You do have to pick up your hat like
Yep.
that one Indiana Jones game.
Wait, take his.
Wait, that's President Lincoln. What
oh
am I
my
doing?
Gosh, what are you doing, Kyle?
no!
Oh my gosh!
Lincoln!
You just killed Abraham Lincoln.
Time paradox.
Is my hat here or is it's gone? Huh? That's a bummer.
Kyle, you should probably stop doing it.
So if you forget your hat someplace while you're on your horse, you can always re-equip it.
Really?
And you can store multiple hats on your horse and multiple outfits. We kind of went over that earlier, but you're always going to want to have a winter and a summer outfit stored on your horse.
Okay, that's good.
Right in the neck. That's how they get you. Maybe they're trained.
Remember how the first one did that Undead Nightmares?
Yeah.
DLC? I wonder if they'll do that again or something similar.
I hope so. I love the sense of humor of Undead Nightmare. It's just like, I love just how ridiculous it is.
You think you'd want to see like zombies again, or would you want to do like
something new.
vampires or some other thing?
Something new.
Werewolves.
Werewolves? That'd be cool. It feels like, personally, I think werewolves are really cool. I feel like they don't get quite the love that other monsters do for some reason.
No. What if you fought Frankenstein's monster? Be fun, right?
Yeah. All right.
Or the Invisible Man.
Frankenstein Unleashed.
Oh. I should eat something, huh? All right, so what?
Mummies, says Ute.
Oh.
Yeah, that'd be kind of cool.
All right, there we go.
Be weird.
It would make almost no sense.
Yeah, no. I mean,
almost no sense.
Zombies made a ton of sense, at least.
Right. There were dead people around, and they became alive. I don't know if they're mummifying people in the Old West.
Well, there's got to be like some like Wild West legend, like what was the I don't know, monsters in the campfire stories they talked about back then, right?
Like Chupacabra and
Yeah,
Bigfoot.
stuff like that. Like
Yeah, they had Bigfoot and Undead Nightmare too.
That's right.
skinwalkers. What's a skinwalker? Somebody said skinwalkers would be cool.
White Walkers.
They should just robots go full Westworld.
Or a Wendigo. That'd be kind of cool. Yeah.
I could see them doing robots for sure.
Robots? Yeah, why not? Oh, aliens?
They kind of did aliens in GTA 5.
Yep. Yes, they did.
And there's that movie Cowboys and Aliens, right?
So it's copyrighted.
Oh my gosh.
Just shooting the train.
Now,
From the hip.
There you good about yourself.
Get out of there.
Two at a time.
Mr. Williamson, give Mr. Morgan and Mr. Smith some dynamite. You two boys go blow that door open.
It's gonna work this time.
Yeah. I mean, we smelled it.
Did you just throw him that dynamite?
No, what happened?
I missed that when I played. That's cool.
Seems good enough.
Here we go.
Now light the fuse.
Unless you got a death wish, I'd step back, fellers.
How does the whole how does the plunger system work? Like, what does that do to make it blow up?
What? Oh, just generally? You mean like science-wise?
Yeah, is it starting a fire somehow?
I have no idea.
I was wondering about that because Arthur like connects it to the top, but then it doesn't work. So it seems like that's not the way you connect it.
Yeah.
Arthur doesn't know
Maybe
what
they
he's
did it
doing.
wrong.
I missed my hat.
Look at this place. It's like a palace.
Now I've seen everything. Oh, you two got the safe? I'll search the rest.
Oh, yes. Should be easy as
So this is the kind of situation, Bertz, where you would suggest going into first person.
Yes.
and-
Stand there, kid. Pour me some brandy, will ya? I'm parched.
Ooh, a letter.
Me and Arthur did all the work.
Yeah, kid did good. Didn't see you rushing to jump on that train.
He's keen. I'll give you that.
Oh, look at that. Wow.
Okay.
Jeff Hawker says the plungers send an electrical charge to the dynamite.
Oh, okay.
Really?
I wonder what they use for electricity.
That's kind of cool. I
Human
don't know.
spirit.
Could they create electricity somehow by plunging it down?
Yeah, if there's like
would that
friction,
generate
static.
an
There's a
electrical
stogie.
shock.
Can I grab it?
Nice.
See?
Spark it up.
That's how it's
Dude.
Can I
You know
grab
you
it?
want it.
Yes.
just a pile of
There we go.
papers.
Bonds?
Light one up
I
in
don't
first
think
person. I wonder what.
Yeah.
How do I do that? Is that
It's in items. I think it should be where the
The
food
left
is.
one, yeah.
Yeah.
this one?
Yep.
Here we go. Smoke them if you got them.
There you go.
Well, at least we all know you can read.
Give me those.
All right. Do I earn anything from that? Like, do I get?
Yeah. So those are. I think it's Deadeye bonuses.
Oh, okay.
It's like raised Deadeye but lower stamina, maybe.
Yeah. So it'll hurt your stamina core, but it'll in a pinch it's good for your Deadeye.
I wish you smoked them for longer, honestly,
I
instead
know.
of just the one puff.
Oh, is that all it does?
Oh, we already put it away.
Oh, that's lame.
You can walk around when you fill up your cup. You can walk around and drink it in the camp, which is kind of cool.
Come on.
So we get everything? I guess I could read all these
There's a
notes.
letter there.
I don't really want to read all
Yeah,
these
read
right
all
now.
the letters. You want to read the letters.
Fine.
I smoked a lot of cigarettes in GTA Online.
Yeah.
You could just smoke them while walking around.
Yeah.
Just hurt your health a little bit. There's no real reason to do it.
That's how I got this voice.
Are you done in there?
I don't know. Am I? I think so.
Yep, you got the bonds, so you're good.
What did you find?
These bonds. They worth anything?
Oh, sure. Bearer bonds. I think we can probably sell these pretty easily. Well done. Now, would you get rid of all of this?
The train?
Yeah, get it out of here.
What about them?
What do you think?
I don't know.
It's up to you. Kill them, leave them here, take them with you on the train. Just make sure they don't send no folk after us.
Okay.
See you back at camp. When you get back, we'll be moving on. The rest of you, let's ride!
Why is he the one that has to do all the work?
'Cause he's the right-hand man.
So the dastardly bastardly would probably just off these dudes.
Yeah,
true.
well, that's what we've done so far.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Ooh, you guys are bold. They're not going to say anything?
I'm the dastardly bastardly.
Should you leave one of them to send a message?
Yoo-hoo! I'll make you famous.
Oh, you're still alive. I'm not usually like this, guys.
I mean, he probably won't
You
live.
could have lassoed him and dragged him on the back of your horse until he died,
oh,
too.
well, I didn't know all the
You
options.
can tie him to the back of your horse.
Oh, that's really bastardly.
Yeah, when you lasso him, yeah, you can just drag him.
Can
That's
I just,
awesome.
Can you drag him behind the train somehow?
can
Did that
I-
work?
Oh, man.
Did
Wait,
it?
did it?
Yeah. Did it?
Did that work, Bert?
Do
It
it.
looks like it's
Hold
around
on.
him.
Yep.
There you
Oh
go.
my god.
All right, time to the train.
All right, so
I don't think you can tie him to
Really?
the train.
Oh, man.
no.
Can you time the horse though?
let's see. So
You can't obviously, like the last game, tie people up and leave them on the train tracks.
can
Right.
can I? I can't do anything other than just kind of pull him along. I don't think.
No.
You can't hog time now that he's dead.
No. That's good to know, though. That you can just drag dead bodies around.
Yeah, that's probably a faster way to move him than walk over and pick him
Pick
up.
'em up. All right, so I need to get rid of the train. Right?
Yeah.
Yep, and loot those dudes. You always want to loot.
Okay. It's just time consuming.
We need more
And we're
cigars.
actually coming up near the end, aren't we, Leo?
Yeah, it's almost 1 o'clock.
Yeah, let's just maybe get to like the next cutscene. I think it's a nice, pretty way to end it.
What does everybody in the comments think? How many people actually bought it and playing it? How many people are holding off? And why are you holding off?
And what's wrong with you?
Yeah, what the hell?
I know, Bert's, normally I would loot everybody, but in the interest of just a few minutes left on our stream.
I was trying to think about this too. Like, what's the last game that had like this big of a, I don't know, like anticipation behind it?
I don't know.
Spider-Man was huge, but
yeah,
that was
Spider-Man
only on one
was
console.
giant. Yeah.
I guess that's true.
Let's see.
But if you want more
start
Red
train.
Dead, we've got an hour of spoiler-free open world gameplay up right now. New gameplay today.
Very nice.
And the podcast yesterday. Good long chat about Red Dead Redemption 2. Spoiler-free as well.
And we plan on playing more. I think next week we're going to start posting some videos, picking up from where we left off here, getting into some shenanigans. We love getting into shenanigans.
We do love our shenanigans.
And hijinks, too. I'm a big fan of hijinks.
Oh, okay.
Old Matt Hijinks Berts, we
Yep.
call it.
Tomfoolery is also a recommended activity in this game.
Oh, that's a good Western name, actually, if you're a Tom.
Tomfoolery.
Old Tomfoolery over here.
Wait, what about Tim Foolery?
Nope.
Name's Tim.
Nope,
Doesn't
not
work
as
as well.
good.
What if her name's Greg?
Greg Foolery. Wait, actually, it works with every single syllable.
Hold
Yeah.
on.
Ben
Someone
Foolery?
in the chat probably went to high school with a Greg Foolery.
And we just robbed the Leviticus Cornwall train.
We got money in our pockets. The worst is behind us, gentlemen. So the question is, where now?
I know this country a little. I told you we should set up camp in Horseshoe Overlook near Valentine. We'll be able to hide out there no problem, as long as we keep our noses clean.
Well, then let's go. Clean noses and
Oh,
everything
poor John.
else. Arthur,
It's such a
you're
sad
in that
sack
one.
right now.
Bring Hosea.
That's
I
a
know
nice
you
purple
two like
scarf,
to
though.
talk
Yeah, it's
about the
lovely.
good old
I didn't know he
days and
looked good in
what's
purple.
gone wrong with old Dutch.
It did seem reckless to like start that train with nobody driving. It's just gonna like go on
Yeah,
forever.
fine. It's the Old West, man. It'll work
That'll
itself
be good.
out.
Are there any like repercussions for like letting those guys go or like killing them?
That's your honor system.
That's the
Yeah,
repercussion.
building your honor system. one direction or the other. Here's one of the traveling sequences.
Here we go.
So periodically throughout the game, your camp will relocate,
Yep.
and you'll be treated to something like a cutscene like this, or
Mhm.
is it story based, or is it kind of like
It's all story based.
Okay,
yes.
so it's not like you have a choice. It like let's move. I don't like this.
Yeah,
environment
you're
anymore.
on the run, so there are reasons to leave.
Gotcha. Okay,
And
that's
this
cool.
is you singing.
That's Arthur. Yeah, throwing
The whole gang is singing together right now.
even Marston laying on his back. This is a pretty game.
It's gorgeous.
I can't wait to play more of it this weekend.
Sorry, Leo. I got some assignments that you got to finish up.
Damn it.
Yeah, Leo, I didn't mean to tell you, like, Kyle's your boss now.
This is news to me as well, Leo. But
As your boss, I'm happy about this, and as his boss, so you can boss him around.
there, look, it's on record.
Corporate sanctioned. Well, I think that's a stream, fellers.
Yeah, that's good.
Did it.
Thanks for watching, everybody.
Yeah,
Follow if you haven't.
I love this game.
We've
so
been
much.
watching you.
this game seems real good.
I'm done with it, and I'm still gonna play it this weekend.
Yeah, like you finished the story, but you
Yeah.
still have a ton more stuff that you're going to be doing with it.
Yeah,
for sure.
It's so good.
Bert's gave it a 10 out of 10. You can find the review on the site.
Tons of tips and stuff too. GameInformer.com.
Yeah, all kinds of videos. Yeah, we'll be covering this game for a while.
Man,
It's
that water looks
it's a big deal.
It's not
So,
going anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, thanks again for watching. Leo, thanks for pushing buttons, and
Of course.
Bert's for sitting in, and Reiner
Oh,
and,
no.
and Reeds for coming down.
Kyle, what have you done?
Kyle, how did you mess that up? Dude?
Sorry.
Wow.
Sorry, everybody.
Way to end the stream, dude.
Wait, hold on. I have a great way to end the stream. As long as I get control. Do I get control
I don't
here?
think you do.
You know, you already know where I'm going with this, don't you, Leo?
You're gonna try to jump in the river.
Am I gonna get control?
No,
again?
you're not gonna be able to.
Oh, okay. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. And
We'll have to save it for 6 stunts next week.
Oh yeah, that's the plan.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, everybody.